Welcome to a special episode of the Grappling with Life podcast. Today I'm joined by Akke Rahman, who is the first British Muslim to climb Mount Everest. He did it on the 13th of May. We've been watching very closely. And welcome, Akke. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much for having me. Firstly, apologies for delaying this. I know I said I'd come sooner, but life gets in the way.
No problem, no problem. I appreciate you coming from Oldham and you've got a lot of media obligations. So we decided to make this a special episode. And I think that we've been trying to get this on the books for quite a while. Since you've come back, and I know you've been doing your rounds and stuff. So Akke, if you just tell us a little bit about yourself before we get cracking.
Well, Akke Rahman from Oldham, and I support Man United. But yeah, what is there to say?
Apart from the climbing Everest bit, yeah.
I'm a normal person like anyone else. I have an office job. I have a family. I have a wife and kids. That's it. I mean,
cool.
I'm a pretty simple, straightforward guy like anyone else would be, like average Joe, I guess.
Appreciate that. So let's get straight into it. Yeah. So can you just tell us the moment you decided to like have this crazy goal? Like to someone who hasn't done it before, that like I said to you, watch the 14 Peaks Netflix documentary. And that intrigued me, man. That whole mentality of, I've climbed Mount Snowdon, and that almost broke me. I think coming down Snowdon was my knees were gone. They were shot to pieces, man.
Do you know something? I'm not surprised. I mean, it's the same thing. Coming down, it gets to your knees. Going up, your calves. Coming down, it's your knees.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was a killer, man. It was a killer. Like I had to ice them for days, man. Afterwards, but. So yeah, tell me where the kind of initial idea came from.
To do that, I have to take it right back to the beginning. We're talking 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, when obviously I love what I do in my day job. But one day I just thought, I'm doing this day job, chasing the money, and I'm just like anyone else, and I don't think anyone else is bad. I mean, people have obligations and to look after the family and stuff. But I thought I want to be an inspiration to my kids. I want to show them that their dad is somebody and that they can be somebody as well. And you shouldn't limit yourself. So I thought, let's do something different. I mean, everyone's doing everything else that you could ever think of. But I want to be different. I want to inspire people in a different way. And somehow I chose mountaineering, and as a kid I wanted to climb Mount Everest. As an adult, life got in the way, and then now I've had some free time, and I just decided maybe give it a go. But at that moment in time, I wasn't thinking Mount Everest at all.
Right. Okay.
I was just thinking, maybe I'll go to Snowdon, and then if I like it, I'll try climbing Elbrus, which is Europe-sized mountain.
What's it called, sorry?
Mount Elbrus.
Where is it?
It's in Russia.
Wow, okay.
What I did is I started speaking about it. I told one of my mates, I said, look, if I hate it one little bit, not like it, I don't have to like it. If I hate it one bit, that's it, I'm done. I'm not going to climb anything again. But if I don't, I'm going to book an expedition to Mount Elbrus. That's what I said. And I went there. That climb killed me almost. Like,
what, Elbrus? You did Elbrus?
No.
Oh, Snowdon.
I was like heavy. I was overweight, and
like how overweight were we looking?
No, I mean I used to
Slightly
go to the gym, but I was weighing about 85 or 87 kgs. I wasn't like fat or anything, but I was always athletic. As a child, I used to run 100 meters in 11.5 seconds. I was triple jump champ of Greater Manchester. I used to represent Oldham and Rotten Harriers in those two disciplines. But I wouldn't say that I was unhealthy. I was just a tad bit overweight, and it really killed me, that climb. I just thought, wow, it's so hard, but I enjoyed it. Like, I'm a guy that would never, that's never been on any mountain, and I just went to Snowdon because I really had, when I was a kid, thinking about Everest. I know it's nothing compared to Everest, but I was just thinking, I want to go and give this a go, and maybe I can inspire people. Go out, look after your health, and at the same time, raise some money for charity, and that's what I thought. And Snowdon was quite hard for me.
So when did you do it? Was it what time of the year did you do it? Was it like winter, summer?
June.
Okay, so it was summer. What was the weather like when you went out?
When we went to Snowdon, the weather was really hot.
Oh, it was hot, yeah?
It was in June, like it was summertime, and I remember sweating all the way through and being out of breath. I mean, I used to run in the gym, you know, for the last 10 years. I mean, I was quite a good runner, but when I went to Snowdon, man, I'm telling you, I was out of breath like within 10 minutes.
How long did it take you to get all the way to the peak?
First time round,
Yeah, first time,
I think it was about 2 hours and 10 minutes it took us.
That's wicked, bro. Like I did the first time. How long did it take us that, bro? It took us 4 hours, bro.
It was ages.
Took us 4 hours to get up there, but we were in a group. It wasn't like we were by ourselves.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously you kind of have to slow down. You don't want to like leave people behind.
No.
So it took us a whole day to go up and down, basically.
You have to stick together.
So 2 hours, was it one way and then 2 hours back?
2 hours and 10 minutes on the way up, and then 2:20 coming down.
Right.
Because one of my mates pulled a muscle, so we had to take it easy. But it was hard. I mean,
yeah, it's not easy, man.
The thing is, like, we pushed ourselves. I mean, I didn't know that was quite. I mean, it is good. It's a good time for the first timer.
Yeah.
But we pushed ourselves because we were quite healthy anyway. Yeah. We pushed ourselves. We got to the top, and then come back, and then I didn't tell anybody. I just booked the Elbrus expedition.
You're a G, bro, you know that. Because I'm just thinking to myself, like, there are some bits on Snowdon, and for me, that what really kind of it was not boring, but you know when you can't see the top, yeah. So you're kind of just looking in front of you, right? And you turn a corner, and there's like another. There's another corner, and then there's another corner, and then there's another, and you're like, oh my god! And then you know that bit where you get to the flat bit, and then you can actually see the peak.
Yeah,
and not the peak. I say there's like there's a bit where it gets really steep, right towards the end.
Where the stairs are.
Yeah,
where the stairs are. You know, there's like these stairs.
Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah.
There's another like an hour and a bit after that.
Is it? Nah.
Kind of. But I went in winter time. It was chucking it. And I think maybe that was
so
why.
you took the Lamberis path, yeah?
That's correct, yeah.
And then you went up the stairs.
Yeah.
And then you took a right turn. You
yes.
went under the bridge.
Yes.
And then you walked up, and from there it's about an hour, you're right.
Yeah, it's about an hour, but like it kind of breaks you a little bit. Like there's a bit where you're, if you're not kind of prepared for it mentally, yeah, if you're not gonna be like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna go and try and do this. There was old men running past me, man.
Yeah.
Like jogging it. It was embarrassing, man. But I feel like mentally it does affect you mentally a little bit. It's like you have to be mentally strong.
You have to be. I mean, climbing is it's physical. Don't get me wrong, but before I went to Everest, I told everyone that it's 60% mental and 40% physical. And when I went there, I realized that. I mean, you have to be, at the peak of your fitness anyway. Yeah. But even then, when you're fit as a fiddle, it's still not enough to get you through the climb. You have to be mentally strong. Yeah. But I'll get to that in a minute.
Let's get to that. So just to give a bit of a comparison. So how tall is Snowdon?
1,085.
And how tall is Everest?
8,848.
So it's 8 times Snowdon.
Probably, yeah.
Something like that.
Something, yeah, 8 times Snowdon.
8 to 10, yeah.
Yeah. It's quite high.
That is...
Well, it's the highest mountain in the world, but
yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, so alhamdulillah. So you got to the top of Snowdon, you came back down, and then you booked your trip straight to...
I booked my trip.
Elbrus.
Mount Elbrus. It's Europe's highest mountain, and it's 5,642 meters.
Right. So how did you go about even booking something like that? Where would you even... Who would you go to book this? Or
come on, bro.
You just Google it, basically.
Google it and just find a company.
You know why? It's because you never think about it.
It's just kind of like... okay.
So but the thing is, look,
you literally just went on Google, searched Elbrus.
I really wanted to go. Look.
Yeah.
Like, if I was booking that ticket, that flight 2 months prior to the time I booked it, I'd probably go on Google, and then I'd be a bit apprehensive thinking about it, and I'd, because it's unknown territory for anybody. I'd probably be and ahhing, but I wanted to go so badly that I didn't care who I went with.
Right.
As long as I was there, that's what the most important thing. So I booked my ticket there, and then I got my nephew to come with me. I said, look, if you can't do it, you can just watch, but you should be able to do it. You're a young lad.
Yeah.
And one of his mates come along as well.
And what's the prices like, or something like that? The whole thing.
I think it cost me about $2,000.
Is that it?
It wasn't a lot, no.
And how long did you stay there? Like, is that with
8 days expedition, 2-3 days. I probably stayed there for about 12 days.
Okay, so $2,000. That's not bad, man.
It's not bad. It's one of the cheaper mountains to climb.
And whereabouts in Russia is it?
It's near Georgia.
Right.
Europe. Well,
it's
Turkey,
the border of Europe and Asia, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
So they have Turkey on one border, I think, or maybe not. I can't remember, but
yeah.
it's a while ago. But obviously, prices would have changed now. I mean,
it's going to be astronomical.
But anyway, we booked it as a group, and we got to Russia. We acclimatized.
Did you get to Moscow first and then fly over, or is it straight into Elbrus?
No, we went to we went to a place called Mineral Vody.
Okay.
Which basically means mineral water in Russian. So we got there.
So here we go.
Yeah. So Mineral Vody is there. And then Tereskol is where the foot of the mountain, it's a village at the foot of the mountain. That's about 4 hours away from Mineral Vody.
So that's where you stayed, Mineral Vody, and then you traveled?
We stayed in Mineral Vody, and then we got the expedition company picked us up the next day, took us to Tereskol, which is the village.
What's the village like, man?
Do you know something? I'm going to tell you a little story about this.
Yeah, go on.
Right. You know how Russian people say, oh, they're stubborn, they don't get along with others.
Severe, stoic,
harsh.
Yeah.
I sort of felt that. Me and my nephew and his mate, we sitting in our rooms, and we like, where are we, man? Where have we come? And it's so, it's so depressing, and the people don't talk. They're so, they got like faces like slapped back asses. No, but it's
a harsh living environment, isn't it? So
it's the kind of impression, like our minds were made up what they were like before we even went.
Right. Okay.
Which wasn't the case in actual fact.
Yeah.
But at that moment, we were thinking, "Oh man, what the hell we're doing here?" And I said to the guys, "Listen, we're here for a we're here for a job. Let's complete the job and get the hell out of here." And whilst we're there, suddenly we just hear Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
No way.
Azan, bro. Wallahi, I'm not joking. We hear an adhan. We look outside the window and there's a mosque there.
That's crazy, man.
Massive mosque there. And we're
so it's a Muslim area?
It's a Muslim area. I mean, apparently the whole, I can't remember, Bulgaria is called.
Like Balkans, almost like.
Balkans, yeah. Bulgaria, that region is all Muslims.
And
I'm like, whoa, that's so cool. And then we went to the mosque and we just felt at ease and, and at home. And then we went down to the restaurant. At first we were like vegetarian. And then the next day when we went back to the mosque, we spoke to the imam, and the imam said, listen, everything's halal here.
SubhanAllah, look at that one.
And that was so amazing.
So how describe to us how remote that place is. Is it like cut off from everywhere, or is it like before you get to that village, what's it like outside of it?
Outside.
Okay, so this is
that's Tereskol. As you can see, it's not hugely developed,
right?
But it's not underdeveloped,
right? I got you. Yeah,
it's in between, if you know what I mean.
It looks like Alaska, or like like those kind of.
Yeah, I mean, second time round when I went, there was no snow.
Right.
Kabardino.
That's where thing is from.
Yeah, that's
Estimate.
Yeah,
we've got a friend of ours. He's from a place called Kabardina.
Ah.
So is that where that is? Is that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's where Estimate is from, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, it's all.
I don't think he probably lives in that village, but
but he's from the area of Kabardina. Yeah.
Kabardina.
Wow, I'm gonna speak to him about this, bro, next time I get him.
Yeah, so
they're very fair, innit?
Yeah,
they look almost
like Russians.
Yeah, Russians.
They all look Russian.
Yeah,
They're Muslim, and every single person you see, it's a Muslim area, so everyone's Muslim there.
Is there hijab and stuff like that, or is it mixture, like somewhere hijab?
Mixture. I mean, their style is a bit different to ours. I mean, they wear like, you know, they don't wear the modest clothes. Some of them will wear no, you know.
Yeah.
But anyways, everyone
Muslims,
each to themselves.
Yeah, of course.
The Muslims as well.
Yeah, of course.
And I asked one of the guys, and they said, look, everyone that lives in Terskol, unless they work for a tour agency and they're from Moscow or from a different part, everyone that's here is Muslim.
SubhanAllah.
So, you know.
Did you see any brown or black people there?
Nah.
Not one.
I saw a Sri Lankan there, but it was on the expedition.
How did they see you? Did they like? Were you like an exotic?
I walked into the mosque, and they were all shocked to see me. I'm like, "What's up with you guys, man? What's up with you?" He goes, "Oh, we thought you might be Indian or something, you know." No, I'm not Indian to start off with. I'm Bengali, but I'm a Muslim. Doesn't matter where I'm from. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, mashallah.
And they became so friendly, and we used to see the guys. And you know, whenever we came off the mountain, we used to go to the mosque and do our salah and you know, meet with the brothers. And
were they welcoming? And because they're very, from my understanding from speaking to Estemir and this brother that we know, very, very welcoming people, very hospitable, 100%. Very, they'll give you whatever they have, you know.
100%, bro, 100%. They're so nice to you. It's unbelievable.
MashaAllah.
And, you know, it felt like a blessing. I heard it, and then we were like questioning ourselves at that moment, thinking, what the hell's going on? And look how Allah answers you straight away.
Yeah.
You know? So
never judge a book by its cover. Man.
Exactly. And then the first night we had like vegetarian food. It wasn't so good. And then the ladies in the hotel or the guest house that we were staying in, because it's not a hotel, it's like guest house, realized that we're not eating properly. And she asked one of the organizers, like, why are these guys not eating? And she's like, he told them, look, the Muslims, they have to have halal meat. And then we had halal meat all throughout. They're like, we're Muslims as well. Why didn't you tell us?
Yeah.
And you know, everybody that was on the expedition had halal meat because we were halal, and it doesn't make a difference for them. Does it?
Of course. Yeah. What kind of food did you eat? Anything kind of? There was
curries, but it was mainly pasta and stuff.
Right. Okay.
Pasta and boiled stuff, and it wasn't.
It wasn't for Bengali.
It was nice, but it wasn't
your platter is different.
Platter, no, but don't get
palette. Sorry, not platter. Palette.
Palette is different. Don't get me wrong. It was nice, but you know that as a Bengali, you need that rice and curry. That never got that. But there was restaurants around. Was
there any Indian restaurants there?
There was no Indian restaurants, but you could get Indian food from some of them.
Oh, okay.
You could get. Well, it's not Indian food, is it? It's more like curry.
Curry.
Curry, but their style of curry.
Okay, right. MashaAllah.
It's good. But anyway, going back to the climb.
Yeah, so so you got there.
I got there.
Yeah. And do you sleep and then do it in the morning? Or
so we don't go to Elbrus straight away.
Right.
We go there, we acclimatize. So acclimatization is going up and down the mountain to let your red blood cells replicate so you can breathe more easy because of the lack of oxygen.
So the altitude.
Yeah. So red blood cells deliver oxygen to your organs. So when there's less oxygen in the air, you need more to carry the less air to your organs to survive. So first day we went up to a smaller mountain close by, up to 3,000 meters. Come back down, rested, and then the next day we went up to 3,500 meters. Come back down, rested a night, and then the following day we went up to Elbrus. So when we got to Elbrus, because we'd acclimatized up to 3,500, we took a ski lift to 3,500. That's the highest
it goes.
Yeah. And there's a camp there, so we stayed there, and then we were doing acclimatization. So the first day when we arrived there, probably 2-hour hike up to 4,000 meters. Did some snow training, what you do if you fall and you slip, and how to self-arrest with your ice axe and stuff like that. And then we rested, and then the next day we went to 4,700 meters. Called the Pastakova Rocks, and it's all part of acclimatization. And the time if you don't make it within a certain time, they basically tell you to leave the expedition because it'd be a liability. But for me, I was in the shape of my life. In 3 months I lost like 13 kgs, or 2 months. In 2 months I lost 13 kgs. And I just got myself into gear, and I was
What do you
ready.
mean, on purpose you lost 13 kgs or from climbing? Or
No, on purpose. I trained like crazy.
So what was like? Talk us through the training for it, like the
training. I was running every other day. At that moment in time, I mean, right now I can run a marathon without even thinking about it. But at that moment in time, I was doing 5 and 10Ks
every other day.
Every day, like
every day,
5 or 6 days a week. I was training hardcore. Straight after work, I'd go and I'd just be at it. And I was running it quite fast, and I got better and better and better, and then I'd also find time to go to the gym and do some strength training. I was like in a really good shape, alhamdulillah, at the time. But when I got there, we were in a group, man. We were in a group, and this group, they're slowing me down. I can't even get warm. And I'm like thinking, what the hell? And then as I'm looking at my watch and my phone, I'm like, I can see a storm coming in. Like, we went to 4,700, then we go back down, and then we rest a day, and then the next day we go, because we need to recover, because we've done acclimatization and all that. But I said to them, listen, I'm ready to go. And they said, no, we're going to go the next time. And I'm like, look at my phone, there's a bloody storm coming in. If you go tomorrow, if you go the day after that, we're not going to summit because it's too dangerous and the weather's bad. They said, no, it'll be fine. Deep down inside in my heart, I knew that we're not going to do it, man. And I
so
just...
what's the peak on that one? Is it
5,642.
So you already did like
4,700.
That's like 4 Snowdonias already.
Yeah. 4 or 5 Snowdonias. Yeah, 4 Snowdonias.
This already. Is just in my head. That's just so I can get the scale in it.
Yeah.
So that's crazy, man.
So yeah, man. But basically, we got there and we did. And
is that with your nephews? You say your nephew and his friend.
Yeah. Well. My nephew and my friend, they did do it, but they sort of dropped out afterwards. But that's a different story.
Oh, right.
I'm going to go on to that.
Okay.
Then see. So I could see, and I had no choice but to listen to them, because they're the guides, and they're going to take me. If they don't take me, then what am I going to do? We went back down, and then the next day, as I predicted, or as I knew, the storm started coming in, and it was too dangerous to go up and too cold.
What was the storm like? Was it like snowstorm, rain?
Snowstorm, thunderstorm, whatever it is. I wasn't in it, so I couldn't tell.
Oh, so you were what?
So we were in 3,500.
Oh, it was below you?
At the camp, yeah.
Oh, it was above you, sorry.
Us, yeah.
Oh, so you can't even, that whole weather system there, it doesn't affect you when you're...
No, we were in huts and stuff, so it's okay.
No, but I'm saying, because you said the storm was on 4,500, right?
Yeah, the storm was up there, but it was also down here as well.
Okay, right, but it's not as bad as...
It's not as bad as up there.
Right.
Plus, we were in huts, and they said to us, listen, guys, let's, the storm's coming in, let's get on the ski lifts, because they're still operating, and when it gets bad, they're not going to operate.
Right.
We might as well go back to Terrascol and rest and recover and come back to fight another day. It's not going to be a problem. When the weather gets better, we'll come. But I wrote it off. I knew that it was not going to happen, because I could see the forecast. Our expedition is going to end in like 3 days, and there's 7 days of bad weather. When are you going to go? So when I got down, we waited a day, and then the next day they said, oh, it's not going to happen. So they said to us, we're going to go tomorrow. And then when we woke up, I looked out the window, it was all dark, I can't see anything. And then when we got to the dining room where everyone meets, they just said, it's not going to happen. I got really wound up and really pissed off, because I knew that this was going to happen and I was ready to go. I said to him, listen, I refuse to accept it. I'm going to go, and I'm going to, I want you to find someone. And they said, yeah, I'll take you. But then a few minutes later, they come back and said to me, oh, we can't, because our insurance won't cover it. It's too dangerous and blah, blah, blah. So I said, well, find me a guide. I'll pay for a guide. Because these 2 days, the weather calms down. We can try it then. They found a guide and basically said to the whole group, listen, Akke, you can go. And they said of 4 names, like my name was one of them. And he said, look, we're getting this guy. Only you 4 can go, because we believe that if anyone's going to do it, it's you 4. You guys are the strongest. So we tried. We went, and I was apprehensive again, thinking, oh my God, I have to get to know another guide, another person, a new person, and blah blah. I just took a step. I felt like it was going backwards, but then the guy said he's called Islam. I'm like, Islam go good. I'm like, oh, all right, okay, maybe this could work out. And then the guy comes, And then, you know, but you know, he's got a massive beard and you know, he's been to Hajj. I'm like, yeah, bro, I went in 16. You've been this year. You know, you've done Hajj. You know, alhamdulillah.
So you hit it off, mashallah.
So we hit it off in a way. But Islam knew from the start that we're not going to summit.
Oh, he knew.
I had a feeling that he knew that we weren't going to do it, but I believed. So we went to we took the ski lift to whatever 3,500, and then we waited the night, and then I could hear the winds howling, and towards the midnight, just after midnight, it calmed down a little bit. So I thought, okay, we might be able to do this. So we went out and we tried our best to walk up, and the winds just got bad, and I even got like my cheeks froze. Whoa! But basically, we were walking up, and every so often they'd stop and say, "Is everyone okay?" Everyone would ask each other, "I'm okay, I'm okay." And then the last time, after about 2 or 3 times, they stopped and they said, "You know what? Islam said we're calling it off. It's too dangerous." They asked me, "Are you okay?" I go, "Yeah, I'm fine. Let's do it. I can do it." So Islam comes right up to my face here, and he looks at me and he's looking at me funny, and then he pressed my nose on my cheeks, yeah. And the guy goes, "Bro, man, your cheeks frozen, your nose are frozen." You know,
could you feel it?
I couldn't feel it, and then I'm like, "What?" And I just like I opened my mouth like, and then I pressed it. I'm like, "Oh right, oh
yeah, that's not
okay. Let's go."
That's not supposed to do that, bro.
That was the point when I thought, you know
because
what?
they would have to chop off your nose, isn't it, or something like that, bro? If you got frostbite, that bad frostbite.
Probably.
Yeah, that's not a good look, man. 100%.
Looking like Voldemort, bro. That's
yeah, that would have been tough, man. So you didn't manage to summit that time?
I didn't manage to summit.
That trip? That
trip was not a summit.
Did you do anything to your... So by that, you know that point where you booked it and you went to that mountain, did you have one eye on Everest?
No.
Oh, so Everest wasn't even...
I never even dreamt of Everest.
Okay, so even at that point, you weren't even thinking about Everest?
I wasn't thinking about it. No, there was something that told me eventually I'd want to do it.
But at that point?
At that point, I wasn't really thinking about it because there's other things that I had to do. So I come back, I was depressed 2 months, and then I gave whatever money I raised. It was, I think, £2,500. We built 10 water wells in Bangladesh, and I could see the people crying, and it brought tears to my eyes. Thought to myself, God, this is my calling, because I wasn't going to do charity in the first place. I just wanted to go because it's my passion.
Yeah.
And then somebody one of my nephews said to me, "Look, people go to Snowdon and they raise thousands of pounds, and you're going to something that's 6 times higher. Yeah. Why do you not want to raise money?" I'm like, okay, then let's do it. But then I realized this is a passion that I've got, and I could use it to climb and also help people. So alhamdulillah, this is what I've been doing.
And shout out to everyone in Bangladesh and all the guys that are suffering from the floods, and all the people that are going down there, mashallah, from the UK and everywhere to kind of help. I know it's devastating, man. When you see what's going on, what people go through, you know. So inshallah, obviously we're going to put some links in this video as well to, I think 5 Pillars are raising some money as well, and if you've got anything going on down there as well, let us know. If you can, anyway, off air, you can tell us whoever's raising. Yeah,
it's not a problem.
Or we can put the links in, inshallah.
No, that's fine. I mean, I think I'm going on about just one expedition because I've got a few.
Yeah, so let's go. So you've done this one, and this is, what year was this?
This was in 2019.
Okay, right. So this is 1 year before the pandemic.
Yeah, so I did that mountain, and then as soon as I come back, I knew I was going back.
To the same mountain?
To the same mountain. Right. I did it at Summit, bro. I had
to get that off.
It's unfinished business, isn't it? So, for me, there was no way I was going to let that go. I booked my tickets for April. Everything went smooth and nice, but then obviously the pandemic hit, and in April I couldn't go because of the pandemic. But I decided to delay it because obviously because of the pandemic, my visas and everything didn't get revoked.
Right.
Issue me a new one. At the time I wanted to go when it was over, and then the flights and everything, I got the money back, so it was okay, in that sense. And I was waiting for it to open, but then Ramadan come, and I thought to myself, I might as well raise some money for somebody else.
Right.
So I did something new. I thought I'd go to Kilimanjaro.
Okay.
Africa's highest mountain. So I decided to raise money for a girls' school, which in the end we raised £10,000. And I climbed.
That was in Bangladesh as well?
No, it's in Oldham. It's a local
local girls' school. Right, okay.
Yeah, I mean...
what's the difference between Kilimanjaro and Elbrus?
Well, Kilimanjaro is not a technical mountain. It's just walking. It's like walking in the hills.
So it's not high?
It's
high.
It's 5,895.
Oh,
so it's
so
quite
it's higher
high.
than Elbrus then?
It's higher than Elbrus, but technically it's not. I mean,
So
on Elbrus you need boots, crampons, and different kind of things, yeah?
Bro, these clouds, bruv.
Is this Kilimanjaro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's clouds. You're hiding the clouds.
We hide in the clouds on most mountains.
Yeah,
even on Snowdon.
Even Snowdon,
Bro, serious?
Yeah.
That's
Don't you remember when we went Snowdon, bro?
No, I don't remember, man. That's crazy, bro. You climbed this?
Yeah, I did that.
It's beautiful, though.
4 days, actually. I did that in 4 days. Well, anyway, so I went to Kilimanjaro, but I also had a ticket to go to Mont Blanc, which is the highest mountain in the Alps.
Right.
So what I did at that time was I climbed 2 mountains in 2 different continents within 7 days.
Whoa.
So I went to Kilimanjaro, I climbed that, and alhamdulillah, succeeded. And then I didn't go home. I went straight to
Mont Blanc.
Switzerland. Not Zurich. Can't remember what it was called, man.
I don't know, bro. Geneva?
Not Geneva. Swedish airport. It's got. It doesn't matter, but
That's right. Where's Mont Blanc? Was that?
It's right on the border, bro. Between France and... What is that?
France.
Italy?
France and Italy share the thingy.
Oh, the mountain.
They actually share the thingy summit. So half of it's in Italy and half of it's in France.
That's crazy, man.
So yeah, I went straight to. Do you know what? I'm not gonna.
Yeah, it's fine. It's somewhere in Switzerland.
No, I need to find out because
Salanches, Bonneville,
Chamonix.
Entrever, Lavache.
You're talking about the airport, yeah?
I always say it, but it's for some reason
It slipped your mind.
it slipped my mind, and I'm gonna kick myself when I find out.
Beaufort.
It's a big city.
Is it in France?
It's in
It's
Switzerland.
in Switzerland, but half an hour away from France. Look, I'm gonna kick myself.
Bro, just Google it, bro, because
Is it
it's
Bern?
bothering me. Google cities in Switzerland. Just Google it quickly.
Lausanne?
Geneva.
Geneva.
Yeah, Geneva.
All right.
Geneva
I did say
airport.
Geneva.
You did say it, but
Yeah. But
when
it
you
slip.
said it, I said, "No, it can't be." Geneva. I don't know what's going on.
Is it altitude sickness, bro?
Probably, man. Probably. Yeah. So Geneva Airport, GVA. Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah.
That's the one that we went to, and then from there it's about an hour drive to Mont Blanc, which is in Chamonix, south of France. Yeah, I got to Chamonix. I actually had, even though I did it within 7 days, I actually had time to go for a run, and I ascended on a run for about a few hundred meters. I think about 600 meters.
To the peak.
Not to the peak.
Oh,
I
the
think,
first 1,000.
Yeah. First 1,000 on a different mountain. It's like a
I
trail running route.
Right.
Got chased by a dog. I held onto a tree. You know, like I held onto a tree, and I got like scratches on my hand because the bark was like.
Wow.
rubbing.
Was it a wild dog or someone's pet?
It's somebody's pet. That guy, I met him and I spoke to him and I befriended him, but then he took a shortcut and went up, and then took the dog off the leash.
Right.
And then I ran, and I took the normal route. I ran and I come round, and then I realized, oh crap, he's off the leash. So I thought I'd make some. Like he's a big dog as well. I thought I'd make.
Was it like those? What are they called?
like a Doberman.
Saint Bernard or?
Like a Doberman.
Oh, Doberman.
It's like coming up to near
Big
my
face.
chest.
It had a big face.
Yeah.
Brown chest.
Yeah, you know the dogs that are like come up to your chest.
Yeah, those ones.
Almost do.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones, and then I thought to myself, you know what? That dog's off the leash. I'm gonna have to. And I
Where was the owner?
The owner was with him, but the dog was ahead. But I could see it, and I know that I'm gonna go past them. So I thought, you know what? What I'll do is I'll make some noise, so the owner will know that there's a guy running up. So I need to control my dog.
What noise did you make?
So I just started coughing, or like, you know, it was like a random noise. Yeah, like a meow.
Wrong noise, man.
No. I made like I don't know.
See the whole Asian stereotype about Asians and dogs.
But listen,
but bro, that's not a dog, man. That's like a bear, man. That's a predator, bro.
Listen. I made a noise. I stomped hard and I was coughing and like, yo, I'm coming.
Yeah.
Sort your dog out.
All the wrong things, basically.
Yeah, and guess what? The owner didn't. I don't know if the owner heard it or not, but the dog heard it, and then the dog's like, "Oh right, okay, I'm coming for you," and it started coming towards me, and then what I did is I just I could see like like on the hillside where it goes down, there's trees off the path.
Yeah,
I just grabbed a tree, the smallest one I could find, and it was like I couldn't get my arm around it, and then I just grabbed it and went around the other side, hanging down the cliff, and I was
what?
Yeah, well, it's not a cliff; it's like
a
hanging
slope.
down the slope.
Yeah.
And I just
that's bonkers, bro.
That's a nightmare, bro.
And the guy's like, "Don't run!" I'm like, "How am I not gonna run? Because look at the size of your dog, mate. Put it on a leash."
Was he a French guy?
He's a French guy, but he spoke English because I spoke to him like
right,
5 minutes prior to that, and he just took a shortcut and went higher, and then
the thing is with dog owners, they don't realize that. Because they're with that dog all the time, innit? And if you're not around dogs,
and you're not used to it,
and you're not used to it, that's a predator,
killer.
bro. That's a
predator,
killer, bro. Yeah. I remember one time I was walking through in Wales. I was walking, and you know how they got those gates that you just open and you go through.
Yeah.
Now this gate was a farmer's land. It was farmer's land, and I'm with my missus and my kids. Yeah, I've opened the gate. My wife goes, it says keep out, man. You're not supposed to be. I go, no, they all say keep out though. Do you know what I'm saying? So me being a typical Londoner, thinking I can get away with it. So I'm walking down this hill, and as I get round, I'm not joking, Akke, bro. There must have been about 30 dogs.
Oh.
I'm not joking, bro. This is not 15 to 30. 15, 30, 100. They might as well anything more than 10. Yeah, that's a lot of dogs, bro.
Anything more than one is a lot, man.
So I've walked down, bro. I've got my kids with me. The youngest one was like 5. Yeah,
oh.
and these dogs are. I'm not joking. Like that, making those noises, and they're flanking me. So I'm thinking right there, and I said to my missus, they're in attack mode. Just go behind me. Like I made the mistake. Let them just kill me in it.
Yeah.
Let them play with my body while you guys get away in it. But and like they're farm animals. They're not like pets. Yeah, like they live in a yard or whatever. They're there to protect the land, innit?
Yeah, the land. Yeah.
So, alhamdulillah, the farmer came and kind of like, bruv, you just went, some mad whistle. The dog just went, all right, cool. You just kept it moving. He's like, they're not the ones, kept it moving. Yeah. But if you don't have a dog, like, and dog owners get a bit, like, sometimes they get a bit like, why are you running for? I'm like, bruv, that's a massive dog.
Yeah, I'm not used to it, mate. I mean, come to Bangladesh. I'll feed you some food, kid.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you've climbed Mont Blanc. So between Mont Blanc and Everest, was there more summits?
Yeah.
How many did you have to do before you have to?
After I did Kilimanjaro and Mont Blanc, the pandemic was over, and as soon as I returned from Mont Blanc, the Russian government opened the borders.
Oh, so that was the big fish.
Able to go to
the white whale
again, the one that
got away. Yes.
So what I did, it was harder to get to the mountain. I'm gonna shortcut this story.
Yeah, go on.
It was harder to get to the mountain. So what I did is I booked an expedition for September. In September, I thought, you know what, I'll go through Turkey. Last time I went through Turkey, tickets are dead cheap. So I decided to go to Turkey, and then I got to Turkey. In Turkey, the rule was you can't go to Russia if you're not a Turkish citizen and you don't have a visa or you don't have a work permit or something like that. I said to him, look, I'm allowed to go to Russia. They said, Mr. Rahman, you need to go direct from your country. We don't allow you to go through here. So in a nutshell, they sent me back. I stayed a couple of days.
Well, back to England?
Back to England. I stayed a couple of days, chilled with some friends, and then I come back. The day I landed, I booked some more tickets to go back to Russia. By that time, I sent an email to the embassy, while I was there the 2 days, saying, look, guys, what the hell is you playing at? Because, I was meant to go, but they didn't let me go. The Turkish are, funny and they're idiots and blah, blah, blah. When I got to England that day, someone actually called me from the embassy and said, Mr. Rahman, yeah, we believe you're having some issues, but they are right. If you want to go, you need to go direct. So what you have to do is go from Luton Airport. I go, it's expensive, and I thought it'd be cheaper to go. But if you go from Luton Airport, you can get a ticket for 50 quid to Moscow.
What?
Yeah. I didn't know that. They didn't tell me that in the first place.
50 quid?
50 quid to Moscow. 50 quid. But obviously...
But what kind of plane is it, bro?
Is it on someone's back or something?
Is it a helicopter?
They're a big company. It's called
Serious?
Wizz Air, yeah. They're a Russian company. But actually, no, I think they're Croatian or something. It's called Wizz Air. And they do it. But they have extras. I mean, I think I ended up paying about £120 for the ticket.
120 quid to Moscow? That's bonkers, bro.
Yeah, because I had to get the luggage and my equipment. So
yeah, but still, it's still cheap,
It's still cheap. And then from Moscow, it's 20 quid from there to Minov, or 30 quid from
What kind of plane is it from Moscow to Kobrodina, honestly, bro?
I don't know.
Was it one of those ones?
No.
Was it a small plane?
It was a small plane.
Yeah.
But not like a small 15-seater plane that I take to Everest. Or Ahmad Ablam when I went. But probably about 40 people. It's quite big. I mean, it's not your commercial international airline. It's quite big. But we got there, and then... Well, that was then, but I got back, and then I had to take a PCR because obviously I'd been there for 48 hours and it expired and blah, blah, blah. And then the reason why I say it took longer to get to the mountain is I went to the PCR. I did my test on a Tuesday. Wednesday I get my result, and Thursday I fly. I think it was in that sequence. And I booked everything, and it was ready to go. And then Wednesday morning I get a call from the PCR company, and she's like, Akke, I know how badly you want to go, man. I've run this like 3 times and you're negative, so I can't issue you a certificate. And I thought,
you're negative or positive?
I mean, sorry, positive.
Oh, excuse me, bro.
Sorry, guys.
Positive.
I had COVID.
But did you even feel
I didn't feel anything. I go to her, look, I can't feel a jack. She goes, well, some people are lucky enough not to feel anything. I'm like, all right, okay.
It's that mountain air, bro.
I don't know.
It must be, bro. Because
I think
you felt nothing at all, even like later on after the test.
I lost my taste after the test. After 1 week, I lost my taste for a day. That was it.
There you go, bro. If you wanna beat COVID, climb, was it Kilimanjaro
and
Mont Blanc at the same time? And that's you might have cured COVID, bro.
I think if you're just fit and healthy, you deal with it better.
And obviously your blood as well, like being at that altitude, and your it's all optimized, isn't it? You got all Who knows, bro?
I don't know. Allah knows best.
Allah knows best.
But anyway, like,
alhamdulillah, you weren't like badly sick, bro.
I wasn't
that would have
badly
been
sick. I was still training. I've got like a treadmill at home. I was running.
And this was in Russia.
In September. No, in UK. They sent me back from Turkey, and they said you can't go.
Right. Okay.
I came back, and then I wanted to go straight back. And then when I did my PCR, because I'd spent some time in Turkey, I had to do another PCR, and that came positive.
Bro, this mountain doesn't want you, bro.
She didn't want me, but hear me out.
You don't take no for an answer, bro.
I didn't take no for an answer. And then, I had to isolate for 14 days. That was at the height of the pandemic, right?
Right.
And I'm just like 14 days depressed, and I thought my life's over and I'm never going to get to this mountain. And on the 13th night, I was like thinking, like, I'm almost done. And I'm looking at my passport, reminiscing about all the expeditions I've been on, the ones that I can't go on, and I looked at the visa on the Russia one, and I realised I got 7 days left. So I called up my mate from, the lady from the PCR company. At that point, I had to travel 20 miles to get a PCR because hardly anyone was doing it because it was all new. So I called her up and I said, I need to look, I really want to go. She goes, Akke, you're never going to be negative. People test positive for up to 3 months after they've had it. You've got no chance. I go, but Anila, it's my money. Let me spend it just in case.
Yeah.
And she goes, do you know what? Just go to a government test. If that's negative, which you won't be, I'll sort you out afterwards. You'll have to do another test, but I'll sort you out with a certificate, and we'll sort it out. So after the 14th day, on the 15th day, I booked it. I went to the PCR for the government, and I did my test, and the following day came back negative, bro.
Alhamdulillah.
Oh yeah, sorry. I don't mean to swear, but yeah.
That's fine. Don't worry about it.
Alhamdulillah. It came back negative, and I was jumping for joy. My blood was coming out of my skin. That's how excited I was.
How is your wife through all of this, bro?
My wife's been very supportive. Remember,
Bruv, you know, I'm realizing you're a bit of a lunatic, bruv. You know.
I'm not lunatic, man.
Do you know what? Anyone who climbs a mountain is slightly off center, bro. Like, and not in the best possible way. Not in like. It's like you've got to have that thing about you.
No,
do you know I'm like that kind of edge?
A little bit of madness.
Yeah, you have to. I don't mean it in like you're actually insane, bro. But I feel like you need to have that little bit of an edge to kind of do those things, man.
No, it's a crazy thing to do, but if you know what you're doing,
yeah, of course,
you eliminate risk. Yeah, there's no 100. You can't get rid of it. 100%.
It's all calculated risk, isn't it? Like you're not doing it. You're not. You obviously you're calculating. But I'm saying you have to. I think from just listening to you, you've actually maybe you're a point in your life where you're like, you know what, bruv? I've been safe all my life, or I've done things like this, or do you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm talking.
Do you know what?
Was it something like that, or was it?
I just wanted to be an inspiration to my kids.
That's it. That's what I'm saying.
I saw. When I was back in my days, like we didn't have YouTube. We had to watch it on TV. We had to wait for it. When I saw these guys climbing, Mount Everest and stuff like that, they looked like heroes. They looked like, they were the elements. They were battling the elements, the wind, the snow, and they had to have specialist gear. They looked like they were like astronauts on Earth. And I just thought, wow, how amazing is that?
But it's unfathomable. Like like from something like I'm sitting across you, and immediately you're making me feel like I can do it.
Anyone can do it.
Honestly, bro. Like in my head, I'm like, okay. He's talking like Snowden is nothing. What are you laughing at, bro? This guy's laughing,
bro. Listen, guys.
Now, real talk. Like it's like for me, I climbed Mount Snowden 4. You said you done it in 2 hours, yeah. And for you, Snowden's like walking in the park, probably like.
Well,
compared to what you've done,
it's like a training ground. So that's where
exactly.
I go.
For me, it's like that's like, oh my god, Snowden. Like, do you get me,
bro? I can just see you in those 14 days you had COVID. Just a picture of El Bruce on the wall.
Like Rocky.
You know what? I had no hope of going there. But on the 13th day, I was looking at my passport and I just had the idea of trying it out.
It was destiny, bro.
And then, you know what? It was negative and my blood's jumping and I called her up and I go, Anila, it's fucking negative. You need to sort me out. I don't care. I'm coming today. She goes, no, just come tomorrow. I'm a bit busy. So I went the next day, I did the test, and the following day I got my PC. I got my certificate, and to cut a long story short, when I landed in Russia, I only had 3 days for an 8-day expedition. Right. I got to Turskol at night, and I'm speaking to my guide. I'm planning it, and we're talking about first day, second day, if needed, third day. And on the third day, I'd have to get off the mountain and get out of the country by 12 o'clock because that's when my visa expires.
Wow. So it's a small window, man.
Small window. And I'm like, just sat there thinking, what's going on, let's try it in 2 days. We'll take it easy. And my guide's like, Akke, this is so hard.
Is it Islam again?
Huh?
Was it someone else?
No, it's a different one. Oh, okay. It's a different one. So this guy was like, Akke, it's so hard, what you're saying is next to impossible, but we'll give it a good go. And something just hit me and told me that I know I can do this in 2 days. I can definitely do it in 2 days. Something just hit me and I just said to him, listen, why don't we do it in 1 day? Give it a go. If you can't, and he threw a fit. He goes, Akke, fastest we've done is like 2 days and they had oxygen and even then they struggled and you think you're going to do it in 1 day. It's impossible. You need to be realistic. I go, listen. Let's go for it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, we've got another 2 days to fall back on.
Yeah.
But I knew I could do it. And then, alhamdulillah, bro, we went to the mountain, went for a little walk up, kept our heart rate below 130 so we don't have any lactic acid build up. And then at night time, we went for the summit and we did it in less than 24 hours. That's a British record, fastest British ascent.
No way.
Did it, yeah, if you type it in Google, there, with the computer, you can see it. Akke Rahman El Bruce. And I knew I could do it, and alhamdulillah. So what I say is we plan, but look how Allah plans.
What was the weather like?
Perfect. So alhamdulillah. Okay. Allah plans better.
Alhamdulillah. So how did it feel when you got to the top, bro? Like you finally sloped?
I felt like just dropping everything, all the emotions, man. I did the other 2 summits. I didn't cry. I almost cried on some of them, but this time I just felt like I need to let go. But I didn't cry, but I always felt more emotional. I had so much history, the amount of that I went through just to get to the mountain, let alone climb it. So I climbed it in like 8 hours or whatever it was.
That's mad, man. 8 hours.
But getting to the mountain, it took me, 2-3 weeks. I had to sit through COVID and all that stuff. So, alhamdulillah, all thanks to Allah, it works out for the best, and it is what it is and how it is. And I just think that
24 hours, that's crazy, man.
that's how it should be, innit?
Is that the one, yeah?
Wow.
Is that Bruce?
Yeah.
Sky News.
Mountaineer scales Europe's highest peak with UK record days after COVID recovery.
Yeah, days after recovery from COVID. That's the headline, really, isn't it?
That's crazy,
That is
bro.
the headline, bro.
But yeah, and then I come back, and then that was that. I came off the mountain. I got a flight.
So this was in 2 years ago.
This was 2020 October, yeah.
Yeah, that's 2 years ago.
So I got down the mountain. I booked as I'm coming down, coming back to the hotel. I'm booking my flights, and that night I probably slept for about 2 hours when I went back to the hotel. That night I left Terrace-Cola at 4 in the morning, and then I was home for I think it was about 12 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
You must have been smashed, bro.
No, I was alright, bro.
2 hours sleep.
I was alright.
Climbed the mountain. 2 hours sleep. Got on the plane. Came back.
I was alright. Do you know what it is? I still had the adrenaline.
Yeah.
Right. And then
It must have hit you at some point, bro. Come on.
It did. But listen,
Yeah, go ahead.
I rushed it back because I was going to come back on a Friday or a Saturday, and then the next day I wanted to go trekking in Snowdon with a group of people. I was meant to be like the chief guest and whatnot. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to try and do this. And then...
Bruv, your feet must look like eagle claws, bro. Like,
Nah, man. It's not like that. It's nothing like that. I come back.
the corns and the bunions on your feet, bro.
Do you know something? I actually don't have anything
Is it?
like that. Alhamdulillah.
Took us back.
I've got smooth feet, man.
Mashallah. Do you cocoa butter it like every time?
You know, I've got one of them pedeg things, and I just...
What's that?
Pedeg things. You know, one of them scraping things.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah.
make
Those,
your feet
those
smooth.
egg. Yeah, yeah. You do that, yeah?
He's Bengali, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do that,
I
bro.
gotta do that, innit?
You astral cream, innit?
We all could. No, I don't even. Yeah, but hear me out.
Go on.
I came back on that day. The next morning, I woke up and I thought, after I can't be bothered. It actually hit me then.
Okay.
Yeah. I had like blisters the size of like 50p pieces at the back of my thing. I made a mistake. You know, obviously, you learn as you go along.
Yeah.
I bought some new boots, and I
Didn't break them in.
I didn't break them in. I thought I'd use them, and both feet had blisters, and then I.
What are boots like, bro? Like, do you have to get special boots, or you
Yeah.
go to Sports Direct, get some Carrimore ones?
You can get some kind of more Snowdon. For Snowdon, it's okay.
So what kind of boots you got?
Well, I got some Scarpa Phantom 6000 boots.
So, excuse me, bro?
Rah, bro.
Scarpa.
Harry Potter boots.
I Google that, bro. Google that.
Scarpa Phantom 6000s.
Scarpa. SCARPA.
Yeah, Scarpa Phantom 6000. Those are for mountains up to 6,000 meters.
Right. Okay.
Maybe a little bit higher.
Rah, £500 for one boot.
Now
Bro,
you get the pair.
You get both,
You
bro.
get both. That is funny.
That's selling the boots by the. I click. Wait, don't worry, man. Click on one there.
Bro, that's nuts. That's crazy.
But like, is it comfy?
Yeah, well, it's not comfy. I mean, that boot has an inner boot, so there's two boots. That's a double boot, basically.
Right.
So you unzip it, get the smaller inner booty out,
Yeah.
and then you put that on, and then you put that on top.
But Imran wears these to a wedding.
But that keeps your feet warm, though.
Right.
It's quite heavy, and as you can see at the front, it's got like a solid blue bit there.
Yeah. What is that?
So it's like a crampon point. Crampon clip. The clips go on.
Oh, for when you kick the ice or whatever.
You know the crampon. Yeah, the spikes, the metal spikes.
Oh,
at the
to go on.
bottom of your
Yeah.
feet. So those are detachable, and
Right.
you need that.
Yeah, you ain't
place
getting
to
them in
click
Sports
on.
Direct, bro. 100%.
Definitely
bro.
not. Definitely
That's
not.
nuts, bro.
And like, how toasty are they in there, though?
Those were actually, they made me cold, on Elbrus.
And what kind of socks you got in there? Like, you double up or?
Yeah, we got liner socks, and then we got the Bridgedale heavy duty socks.
And it's all about layers, isn't it? I learned that I had to when I went to Snow.
It's all about layers. Look,
Yeah,
you
layer
add
up,
the
man.
layers on when you get cold, and
Yeah.
take the layers off when you get warm.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
bro.
so I did it.
And Snow, did you climb Everest in those, or you had to get some
No,
other
I had
ones?
to get some. Bro, Google this. La Sportiva Olympus Mons.
Bro, these are.
You gotta spell that out for it, bro. Las Sportivas.
La Sportiva, spelt the way it's
Sportiva.
said.
Yeah.
LAS Sportiva.
Yeah.
Olympus Mons.
Olympus Mons.
Wow.
Cha.
Look at these, bro.
Yeah, they're selling one boot as well.
They're $8, yeah?
$8.
Yeah, but bro, if you're climbing up
Mount
a mountain,
Everest, you have to, man,
you
you
got to
have
spend that money, bro.
You're not gonna bloody.
Bro, go to images, man. Go to images.
Man's going in Crocs.
I want to
bro.
see someone wearing them, bro. Go to images.
That's nuts.
Well, if you go to my
What's North Face
Instagram,
like?
if you
What
go
North?
to-
I got a couple of North Face bits and bobs, but they're light work, innit?
They're light work.
Oh, is it these ones here, yeah?
Yeah, those ones there.
Okay.
Man's looking saucy in that jacket, bro.
You're looking
100%.
That
Real
jacket
saucy,
is
bro.
a Rab 8000 down suit.
What does that mean, bro?
It means
There's 8,000 ducks in there or something.
probably,
Yeah,
I don't know
duck
what
feathers,
they do to
whatever
you,
it
but
is.
it keeps you warm.
Goose feathers.
How much is that jacket, bruv?
That jacket cost me £1,000. It's not a jacket, it's a down. It's the whole thing's like a onesie, innit?
But
Oh,
wear that
onesie.
to a
you
rap
sleep
video,
in it as
bro.
well, yeah?
No, I don't sleep in it. No, no. Well,
Hey, bro, can I ask you a question, bro? I've always wanted to know this, yeah?
yeah.
It's a bit crude, but
I know what you're gonna ask. Everyone asks the same question.
like,
so
how do you go number 2 or number 1, bro?
And does it freeze?
And do you take a
before it
lotta with
touches
you,
the
bro?
floor?
I don't take a lot with me. I have a
bottle.
a bottle with me. Base camp,
Yeah,
which is like
of course, yeah.
your starting point for everything. Base camp has toilets,
Okay.
squat toilets,
Yeah.
mango chutney barrels dug into the ground.
Mango chutney barrels.
Yeah, I don't know how else to describe them because they're blue barrels with handles on the side.
Right, yeah, okay, I got you.
So,
Yeah.
that's the closest thing.
Okay.
So they're dug into they're not dug into the, in Everest they had to cut the ice out because we're on a
course.
glacier, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, they're actually a thing. That's mad.
So they put it in, and then you do your number 2s there, and your
Yeah.
number 1s anywhere you want, basically.
Right. But do you ever need to go when you're climbing?
I try not to go.
Yeah, but like, but have you ever gone?
No, I've never gone when I'm climbing. I've gone on mountains before, like
Yeah.
in between the camps. So basically, base camp and camp 2, they're fully serviced camps and they have toilets and stuff like that. But in camp 1, 3, and 4, it's that's the area there. Just go there.
Yeah, just somewhere over there.
Just go somewhere over there. When you go there, you'll know that it's the place because other people do their business there.
Right. And the worst thing about that is because it's frozen. Like it's kind of preserved, isn't it? So what happens to all the doo-doos from 1925, bro? Does that kind of
They froze, innit?
do you know what I'm saying, bro?
It freezes and then it goes under the snow and then it comes down with the glacier.
I hope so, bro. With hope. So technically,
Wait, so there might be an avalanche full of doo-doos there.
it could be.
100%, bro.
Yeah.
Well, actually, to be honest with you, if I'm being fair and
Yeah.
you know, on a serious note,
They clean it.
no, they don't clean it. We wouldn't go to avalanche areas anyway. So
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Who's
There's no
taking
doo-doos there.
them risky doo-doos, bro? Avalanches are, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got to wrap up.
I'm gonna quickly go. I went to Ahmed Blam for emergency response. I helped Penny Appeal on that one.
Okay.
Well, I didn't help him. We they sorted out my expedition. I fundraised for them. Ahmed Blam is one of the most technical mountains in.
That's another mountain.
Yeah, it's a different mountain after Elbrus.
Yeah.
After getting the record.
Is that
there.
in Himalayas?
It's in Nepal, yeah, right next to Everest. It's one of the most technically difficult mountains to climb in Nepal. So I went to that and I tried to climb it, but I went too fast because remember I've just come off Elbrus and I've got a massive ego.
Yeah.
I rushed it to base camp and I got a stomach bug.
Oh yeah.
I didn't sleep that night. I kept on going to the toilet and I didn't eat anything because I thought, if I eat something, I'm going to need to go to the toilet. So no point eating. And I decided to go to camp 1, even after I rushed into base camp. The guy said to me, listen, Akke, you've just come. Why don't you rest? What's the rush? What's your problem? What's the rush? Rest a few days and, let the stomach bug go. Then you can climb. It's not an issue. And I just said to them,
No.
I just climbed Mount Elbrus in one day. Who are you to tell me what to do?
Exactly.
And that really bit me in the backside, bro.
You flew too close to the sun, bro.
Nah, I didn't even get to 5,000, bro. So let alone close.
But
to
I
the
mean,
sun.
proverbially or like hyper. What's the word? About.
I know what you
Icarus.
mean. I know what you mean.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is, look, I didn't even forget.
It was a minor thing for you in your head. It was
Yeah,
like,
I didn't even get to 5,000 meters. I had altitude sickness. My brain started swelling. I had to get picked up by a helicopter and taken to hospital. I had high altitude cerebral edema. They did the MRIs and they said, Mr. Rahman, your brain's swelling. Oh yeah, but I'm fine. I'm okay. Right. I started hallucinating and I started laughing and joking and I thought it was funny.
That's nuts, bro.
It is. It's nuts.
So how long did it take for you to kind of
recover?
Are you recovered now or?
Why would you? It's been
brain swelling.
Well, but this is what I'm trying to put across is how passionate I am about what I do. Yeah. When I was in the hospital, I sort of thought of the idea of going back to the mountains. Only once, and the doctors were like, "Oh no, Mr. Rahman, if you go to the mountains."
This was in Nepal. You were in the hospital in Nepal.
I was in the hospital in Nepal, and
you were thinking about going back.
I was thinking about going back. I only mentioned it once loudly, and then they were like, "Mr. Rahman, if you do go back, because you're not recovered, it could come back. It could be worse. It could be even worse than worse."
Yeah.
So we advise you to go home, rest for a couple of months, and then see how you feel, and then mountain will always be there. You can come back another day. So they kept me in there for 5 days, observed me, and then let me go on a Saturday. Monday morning, I flew back to base camp and tried to climb it again.
Wow.
So,
tell me it was a happy ending, bro.
It was a happy ending, but it was also a sad ending because I didn't summit. I got to 6,500. I was 300 meters off. We went to an exposed ridge, and because I was weak from what happened, I did sort of recover a little bit, but I was still weak from what happened. And then the wind was flinging me around, and I couldn't keep my balance because had I been 100% and what happened to me didn't happen, I would have been okay. But because that happened, I was flimsy and I was getting tossed around. And my guide said, "Akke, cutting it short. That's it. I'm not going any further. You shouldn't be here in the first place. But we need to go." And I'm like, you know what, let's call it a day, man. I'd rather go home.
So you flew back to England?
I flew back to England. Well, I had to get off the mountain.
Obviously.
I got first night.
So we talk about the ascent. Now, you get to that thing, you're getting flung about. You still got to come back down again.
Still got to come back down. This is where all my issues happened. I come back down, I was completely peppered and zapped, and I don't even know how I got down. I got to Camp 2. I called the operator. We had reception somehow. My guide had one of them, 1990s Nokias.
Right.
Where you get reception anywhere and they last for 4 weeks, the battery. And he got through to me and I go to him, "Dave, listen, I want to get off this mountain and I'm so tired and so zapped. I've got no energy, can you sort out a helicopter rescue or something like that for me?" Again. And he goes, "Oh, Akke, I really want to help you out, bro. Your last insurance company are having issues about, paying for the last one because you weren't meant to be on the mountain. You didn't get adequate cover. But we'll deal with that when you come."
Yeah.
But right now, I really want to help you out. And I know you will pay. I trust you, but, it's $25,000 for a long line rescue. No, because we're high on the mountain. There's nowhere to land the plane, so it has to be a long line rescue. So basically, the helicopter comes, it hovers, sends a line down, and then you clip your the harness onto it, and then they take you down. And
they take you down while you're on the thing? Yeah,
while you were hanging off the long line, and then they take you to base camp. And I was like saying long line, and the guy goes, "I really want to help you out, bro, but it's $25,000. Now I know you don't want to pay that. Whether you can afford it or not, that's a different question. But I know you won't pay that." As soon as I heard $25,000, I said, "Dad, listen, I don't give a crap. I'm coming down to base camp. However I get down, make sure you have a helicopter ready for me in base camp the day I come down, so I can get to Lukla, so I can fly back to Kathmandu."
Yeah.
So I went from Camp 2. It took me a whole day to get to Camp 1, bro. I struggled and it was tiring. And then in Camp 1, I told my guy, "My toes are cold. I can't feel my toes." And then he goes, "You know what? But no point opening it now, because if you open it, warm it up, and it refreezes, you have problems." So I thought I had frostbite, man. And I went down to base camp eventually, slowly with sore toes, both feet, by the way. Both feet. And when I got there, I opened my shoes and they looked at it and they go, "Nah, it's not frostbite, it'll be all right." Alhamdulillah, I was good, but
it's that astral cream, bro.
Man, I was in pain. Bro, man, I was in pain for...
Well, frostbite must be killer, bro. Having cold toes anyway, bro,
yeah,
is...
Well, as soon as I got back, man, it lasted for about, I don't know, man, 4 weeks, maybe 6 weeks.
What?
Because I went to the hospital because I was in that much pain. I went to the hospital and the guy and the hospital said, you've got digitalia paresthetica. What that means is because I'd walked so much that the nerve endings at the front of my feet had gone flat. Now, there's nothing you can do to, you know,
pump them up
again.
Yeah.
You just have to wait for them to do it naturally and have painkillers until then.
So what's the pain like? Is it burning? Was it like stabbing pain or?
It's just like
a dull
throbbing pain. Like I can't feel my toes, but I can feel the pain there.
Oh,
I don't even know how.
It's like phantom pain, like when you have a chopped off arm and you think your arm's still there.
Yeah, it's like that. Like it was like that. I mean,
or like when your foot goes dead and that kind of like
if I pressed it really hard, I couldn't feel my toes. Like I
can't think of anything worse, bro.
But I felt the pain, and you know, like end of December is when it ended. I got back in November, and end of December is when I was back into training. Do you know what I mean? And alhamdulillah, that was a very big learning curve.
No running at that point.
No running.
Just
end of
chilling
December,
at home,
I started
basically.
running. Training and everything because I couldn't because I was in pain, wasn't I?
100%.
But for me, that was you know. I've had prayers. I've been on mountains. I was on Mont Blanc. I was in a storm and I said, Allah, please help me out. Let me summit, or if not, get me back down safely. Allah answered my prayers there and then, man. So, and then after Elbrus, I got a bit of an ego, and then this happens. But that was a big, you know, experience for me, and I learned a lot, and I learned a lot about myself, how resilient I am, and how if I accept my mind to it, I want to do it. It's you know,
also tawakkul, innit?
Also tawakkul, and my wife was like, you know.
But your wife must have, her nerves must be fried, bro.
I don't know, man. But you know what?
Shout out to your wife, bro, having someone and holding you down like that as well, man. Because I'm pretty sure you couldn't do all that without knowing that your wife's got everything. She's got everything at base camp sorted, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? Base camp sorted,
she's got it, and she's supporting me, and she knows I'm trying to do something good. I'm trying to make it to myself.
That's good.
But she was a bit reserved after Ahmad Ablam, but I explained to her, look, I made some shitty decisions, and my ego got to me. Because of what happened on Elbrus, I did it in a day, and I thought I was Superman. You know,
you got bold.
I got bold, and
how old are your kids, bro?
15, 10, and 6.
MashaAllah.
Daughter's 15, and then I got 2 lads, 10 and 6.
MashaAllah.
So alhamdulillah. But you know, for me, that is what I'd rather it happen there than on Everest, where helicopters can't go to rescue because the air's too thin. Do you know what I mean? So alhamdulillah. So that taught me a lot, and it grounded me a lot, and you know, I had a vision. I refocused, you know, after that, because I sort of lost my way climbing, you know, the media, the limelight, and everything. Messed me up a little bit. It didn't mess me up, but you know what I mean. Yeah,
100%. It gets to you, bro. We're human, man.
Yeah, like, it got to me, and I got an ego. And, you know, if it didn't get to me, I wouldn't say, oh, you know, piss off, guys. I did it in a day. I'm gonna go anyway. You can't stop me.
So my question is, Akke, how many times did you watch Cliffhanger before you?
I've only watched Cliffhanger once in my life, and that's it. Yeah.
Oh, I just thought it might be like a ritualistic thing where you'd watch Cliffhanger. And
nah, bro.
Terrible thing.
Cliffhanger doesn't
doesn't do it for you, bruv. No. Okay, who'd play you in like in a film, bruv?
Who would play me?
Yeah, bro.
I've never even thought about that.
You should think about it, man.
James Bond.
Or you'd play yourself, bro.
Yeah, I'd play myself. I've done a bit of acting before.
You have,
yeah.
Hey, bro, we're gonna try and get that brother to come on, isn't it? Is he Bengali or Pakistani, this bro? Bengali is Bengali 007.
Yeah.
This is brother. He's an actor. I think he's starring in a film, right? Yeah, maybe he could play you if he's got the time, or you got the time.
Maybe.
But yeah, it'd be an interesting story. What I was gonna say, it would be wicked if you documented it. That would have been. But that's a whole level of complexity as well.
Ahmad Ablam was documented, but I never got to release it. But the Everest climb.
Is it? We've got to go.
No, it's fine. Everest climb.
Let's end on this, innit? Because this is the climax. This is the summit. No, you have, bruv. Listen.
That was the most interesting story.
Very interesting. I've refrained from asking questions because I know you've got to go, innit? So I had so many questions, bro.
You can ask questions.
Do you know what I mean? But like, so the last climb was which was in remind me the mountain that your toes froze.
Ahmad Ablam.
Ahmad Ablam, yeah. Now, you've come back 3 months out. You've probably gained a little bit of weight, I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah. For Everest, I was 5 kgs over. And because Channel Les sponsored me, I couldn't train properly because I had to take people with me to film me training. And then I couldn't push myself. And then I had an event on. And
but maybe the fat helps, innit, on the way up.
It did.
I'm pretty sure you got to get a little bit fat to kind of...
It did. 100%, bro.
Yeah, you need that energy.
I'll get to that when I explain to you why.
Yeah, go on. So let's take it away, man. So is this the last mountain before Everest?
Yeah, so Ahmad Ablam is done. I've come back.
This is the end of 2021.
This is the
2020.
2021.
2021, right.
So I've gained a little bit of weight. I've done this, I've done that, and I've got my Everest expedition sorted. Channel Les, sponsored me, and they paid for the expedition through their sponsors.
Shout out to Channel Les, which we just found out that S stands for Sillet.
Yeah.
There you go, fun fact.
Yeah. So, where do I start, man? Well,
did they approach you, Channel Les, or did you reach out to them looking for sponsors?
I'd been speaking to them for a couple of years before that.
Yeah.
And they sort of had an idea, and then I spoke to a few charities who were interested. And then I come to Channel Les, and Farhan Bhai, the head of programs in Channel Les, shout out to him, by the way.
Yeah, shout out to Farhan, bro.
Genuine guy, and alhamdulillah, one of the nicest guys I've met. He sat down with me, and he spoke to me, and the way he believed in my project, it's as if he believed in it more than I did. And, he just said to me, Akke Bhai, think of it as your expedition's done. You don't need to look anywhere else. We're going to do it with you. And I just thought, alhamdulillah, I'm glad you said that, because the way you listen to me, nobody else has listened to me like that.
Mashallah.
So
it's important to have people to believe in you, bro.
That's it, bro. That's it.
And they paid for everything.
They paid
flights,
for everything.
hotels.
Every single thing. Wow. Logistics.
Sick, man.
Flights, hotels.
This is the first time you've done something where you didn't have to think about the whole... Obviously, you still had to book everything and...
Yeah, I had to do the booking.
Yeah, but they gave you the piece, so you were sorted.
They gave me the piece. They gave me everything that I needed. I was never held back on anything.
Alhamdulillah.
And obviously, let's not go into figures, but Everest is quite expensive.
It's not cheap,
Just
bro.
to give you an idea, the actual permit itself cost $11,000. And that's just a starting point.
That's just to be able to climb.
That's just to get the permit, the piece of paper to allow you to climb. But then you've got to think of the logistics. You're there for about 2 months.
2 months?
Well, you're supposed to be there for 2 months. I was only there for 21 days.
Right.
Alhamdulillah. Look, everyone's du'as. But anyway, we got it going. I booked the expedition, and then I thought, you know what, it's Ramadan time, and I don't want to miss Ramadan. They want me to be there on the 1st of April, and the 1st of April is like the first Ramadan.
Yeah, that's right.
Or a day before the first Ramadan, I think it was. So I thought to myself, you know what, I'm just going to spend a couple of days with my family. I contacted the expedition company and asked them, listen, I want to come around the middle of April. Is that okay with you guys? Would that be enough time for me to summit and stuff? The guy said, you know what, you got until the end of May, even the 1st of June, some people summit. So armed with that information, I thought, yes, I'm going to spend 2 weeks with the family, because I'm going to miss them and stuff. So I did practically all my iftars at home except for 1 or 2, which I had to do the events because it's so close to the time of going. So I got there, we got the permits and everything. The ministry signed off on it, and I got to base camp. It took me 8 days to trek to base camp, by the way, from Lukla. So we get a small...
So you got a trek from base camp?
Yeah, no, so basically...
So from the village to base camp?
Yeah, so from Kathmandu,
we
have to get a flight on a small 15-seater airplane. Lukla Airport, you need to look that up, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's the way Dr. Strange lives, bro.
What's that?
Lukla Airport, L-U-K-L-A. So basically, Lukla Airport is one of the most dangerous airports in the world. The landing strip is only 500 meters. Or if you Wikipedia it, it'll tell you 524. So yeah, 524 meters. So on the end of that middle picture is probably a drop of 1,000 foot or something like that, and behind this plane is a cliff face. So the pilot that comes, when he's coming, he has to land and stop in time, otherwise he's hitting the rocks.
That's nuts, bro.
Wow. And then when the pilot is taking off, he has to take off because there's a 1,000 foot drop at the end of
Does it ever go like that and go up?
No.
Alhamdulillah.
That's too dangerous, man. You need to be sure that you're taking...
there's houses there. Is that houses?
those are not houses, they're part of the airport.
Oh,
I think they are houses, yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
Bro, go to Google Earth and see if you can like.
So
that place intrigues me. That whole area, man.
Yeah, so we have to get like a plane that only takes maximum 15 people. The pilot sort of comes through the mountains, and then when he's landed, he has to slow the engine down, like almost hover, and then take a right turn into the airport and down.
So talk us through the flight there, bro.
Oh, the flight's
you must
mad.
be nervous,
I mean, the
bro.
first time I went to Nepal, the flight was smooth. Alhamdulillah, nothing. This time round, we had some turbulence, man, and it was scaring me. And I've never been
in that plane,
in a small plane like that. 15 people max, man. It's mad. But it's my kind of mad, isn't it? I like it. I mean, for me, it's a necessity because in order to get to the gold, I have to do this and use that airport.
It's the currency. Fear
Yeah.
is the currency over there, isn't it?
Basically, yeah. So so we get the turbulence and you can see some nice views of the mountains.
It must be beautiful, man.
Oh, it's awesome, bro. I've got some videos and footage and all that. But it's so nice, man.
That is so beautiful, bro.
And then once you get to Lukla, it takes you 8 days to get to base camp. Well, you could do it.
Lukla is the last village before. It's like the frontier almost.
Lukla is the gateway. Lukla is the gateway to the Everest region and all the mountains in that region. So you could do it faster, but we did it slower just to get acclimated.
Yeah.
And once I got to base camp after 8 days, it took me 21 days to top the mountain. And the guides, I said to
top the mountain. What does that mean?
Summit, basically.
The Everest or the first peak?
So Everest.
So 1 second. So it took you 21 days to get up to the top. What were you doing in those 21 days?
But
do you go up and come down?
We go up and down to acclimatize. Okay. So we were supposed to have 2 rotations. When I got to the mountain, when I got to base camp, I said to them, look, I'm 2 weeks late, but the guy at the office said I've got until the end of next month, practically 6 weeks. And the guy said, actually, the guy in the office doesn't come to the mountain. Mr. Mohan Lamsal, who's in the office, is the best guy. He's like a brother to me now. And the shepherds were like, well, he doesn't come to the mountain, so we won't know. If you wait until the end of the month, the roads are going to be bad, the ropes and everything are going to be bad, and there's a high chance of injury or accident. So best thing for you to do is to try and summit with the group. But I said to him, but they're a rotation ahead. So basically, they've gone from base camp to camp 1, spent a night, and then camp 2, spent 2 nights, and then come back down to base and started the process of acclimatization.
And how many camps are there?
There's 4 camps. There's base camp, that's
1.
That's 0. Basically.
0, okay, right.
And then you've got camp 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the mountain.
So this is the first base camp?
No,
must be.
That's
there's camp 1, Everest camp 1.
Yeah. So where those loads of them are, that's base camp.
Okay, there's camp 2.
There's camp 2.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
That's camp 3's in between camp 4, because camp 4 you can see right at the top before the summit. The summit is the last one. Camp 3 is in between on that rock on the Lhotse face. I don't know if camp 3 is showing up, but
bro, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's not crazy. It's just
it's beautiful, crazy, bro. It's like, so that's the route that you go. So
that's the route we took. So what I was meant to do is go from base camp to camp 1 and night, camp 2, 2 nights, back down, and then the same process. And then instead of coming back down after 2 nights in camp 2, go to camp 3, and then spend some time there, and then come back down. I didn't have the chance to do that,
right?
Because I come late, and they said, we try and do this. So when I went on my first rotation, I was struggling, and then stayed 2 nights in camp 2, and then they said, you know what, try and get to camp 3. It'd be good for you if if you can, yeah, because we don't think that you should do another rotation because it's not going to be safe. So I just sort of pushed myself to the Lhotse face, and then I said, you know what, enough is enough. When I come back, I'll somehow make this 200 or 300 meters up and get to camp 3, because once you get to camp 3, they give you bottled oxygen, which helps you a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah.
Can I ask as well? So look, you've done the rotation, yeah. So you go to camp 1, go back down. To camp 2, go back down. When you come back, are you walking back?
Yeah.
Or there's no helicopter or like lift or whatever.
Man. Nah.
So
how you gonna get a helicopter?
I don't know. I'm a layman, innit? But I don't know, bro. But
there are
then
rescue helicopters that can.
Yeah,
do
but
it.
it's not like there's a lift that you can take you down. So you're walking back down. Everything that you've walked up, you got to go back down again.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you get to 3 now, and there's 300 meters. So 300 meters.
No.
Did you say between 3 and 4? Like
no, between 2. They asked me to go to camp 3.
Yeah.
On my
From 2.
On my only rotation because I
Right.
was meant to have 2, but I only had 1.
Right.
Because I was late, and they said to me I was late, but they said to me when I was in 2, try and get to 3, and
that's 300 meters from between 2 and 3.
meters.
500 meters.
500 meters in elevation.
But like this, yeah.
But like that. But I only went over the dunes and I got to the Lhotse face, and when I got to the bit that goes like that, I was probably 200 or 300 meters off.
Oh, I see what you're
Camp
saying.
3.
Right, I got
and
you.
I said, enough is enough. I'm going to go down, and when I
Rest
come
a bit,
back,
yeah.
I'll push myself. However, I push myself, and I get to Camp 3, take the oxygen, and then hopefully I summit.
Okay, so once you get to Camp 3, there's no coming back down again. You summit after.
No. Once you get to Camp 3, you touch it, and then you come back down. But I didn't touch it, so
Right,
I came back down.
Gathered yourself.
Gathered myself.
Yeah.
On the way to base camp, I fell into a crevasse, man. I was in there for about 40 minutes, man.
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh, bro. What's a crevasse, bro?
Crevasse are the cracks in the glacier.
You were in a glacier for 40 minutes?
Yeah.
Well, you can't just move over that, bro. Yeah?
No, man. We're on a glacier, yeah? The whole thing is on a glacier. It's you know what? No,
but hold on. This is it. This guy's nuts, bro. Yeah, man, I just fell into a crack for 40 minutes, bro. Like, that's nuts.
Like it's normal. Like it's a normal thing.
Yeah, I just fell in the crack. I was there 40 minutes. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he went to the shop, bruv. Like,
but the thing is, look, these things happen in the mountains.
yeah, but bruv, you fell into a crack. So talk us about the crack bit quickly, yeah.
Well,
because
the thing is, when they told me to get to Camp 3 and I couldn't sort of hit Camp 3, but I sort of almost went to Camp 3.
Yeah.
I said to him, listen, they wanted me to spend another night in Camp 2.
Yeah.
Just to try and acclimate a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I just said to him, nah, F that, bro. I need to go down. I need to have my Coke. I paid for 30 bottles of Coke, $10 a bottle, man. Huh? $10 a bottle. They have to be flown in with the helicopter. So
Why Coke though?
because
sugar in it.
I love Coke.
Yeah.
I mean, ever since Coke.
Coca-Cola, guys. Coca-Cola. He means Coca-Cola.
Okay.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that kind of Coke.
Ever since Coke Zero come out, I've been on Coke Zero, and it helps a lot. I mean, I lost a lot of weight ever since when I made the switch. But I love.
So
Coke.
you're thinking Coca-Cola.
I'm thinking Coca-Cola. I want Coca-Cola,
Yeah.
and I had the idea of a pizza. And I in base camp we only have gas hobs. Like in Bengali we call them sulas.
Yeah,
Just open like hobs and a gas canister there. I don't know how they do it, but they make some beautiful pizzas there. Yeah?
Oh, okay. With that?
Yeah, I don't even know how they melt the cheese on top because you need a microwave or like an oven with a top. I don't know how they do it, but they do it.
Yeah.
And I had the idea. I want a pizza and I want my freaking Coke.
Yeah.
Take me down. I don't care. So they took me down, and on the way, so these crevasses. I don't know if you've ever some confetti from.
I was gonna say, but I thought let me leave it in it. You got some confetti in your head, but
it's from the school. They had the celebration, the annual thing. But these crevasses. Everybody's seen Everest videos.
Yeah,
you've got them
deep cracks.
These deep cracks in the glacier.
Yeah,
so the glacier moves every day, so it's best for us to climb at night time.
Right.
And on the way down, we were coming down in the daytime because I didn't care. I wanted my Coke. Yeah. So we came down in the day, and then some of these cracks are like half a foot, 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot. So you can like walk over them or jump over them. And some of them are like wider, so you need to have a ladder to walk. The walk.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
And then some of them are so wide you have to have multiple ladders.
Right. Max
I did was 3, I think, this year. But I've seen up to 5. It's normal.
Yeah.
So,
bro, is that you? Getting stuck in a crevasse, bro.
That's what a cravat.
Nah, that's not me, man.
There
was nobody.
Some white guy, bro. What are you talking about, man?
My crevasse was 100 feet deep, bro. That guy looks as though he can just
climb out.
So you have to cross like this.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Go to my Instagram.
Bro, have you watched that film Everest, bro?
Go to my Instagram.
Now watch it tonight.
I got a reel there.
Let me check his Instagram.
I got a reel on my
Bring
Instagram.
up the Instagram.
It's only like a short clip, but it's but yeah.
So
like
you fell 100 foot.
Yeah, but the thing is, I got to the crevasse and I'm like thinking, what the hell, man? This because the glacier is like up, down, left, right. Even though you're going down, there's sections where you have to go up, back up, and go down and zigzag left, right. It's like they call it the popcorn field.
It's Everest, bro.
Yeah. So I got to this crevasse and I'm scratching my head. I'm like thinking, shit, the other bank is a little bit higher.
Wow.
I don't know if I'm going to make this.
So this is the bit you fell in, or like
No, I didn't
something
fall
like
into
this.
that, but that's just something like that. It's like a crack like that.
Right.
That's nuts, bro.
So I'm like thinking, you know what? I'm not going to make this. But the, thing is, the coke is at the bottom.
Yeah, the coke's past that crevasse.
Yeah, so if I have to go, I have to go. And I'd have to get down to get there. So you know what? I'm going to go for it. I went for it. My right leg hit the bank here, and my left leg went straight down. Straight down. I was on the safety line. By the way, guys listening in here, I always clip myself into the safety line. I don't do it for myself. I do it for my family, my wife and kids, and my family. You know what I mean? That's the reason I clip in. And I was clipped into the line, and I was just dangling off the line. And
so was there no one with you?
my guide was with me, but he wasn't. He couldn't pull me up.
But what was he doing for 40 minutes, bro? Just watching you?
No. He was waiting for people to come to help.
Oh, right.
So first 5 minutes, I was trying my best to stay upright, but then I couldn't stay.
So
upright.
you're
He's
clipped
drinking
in.
coke in front of him, bro.
Yeah.
So you're clipped in.
I'm clipped in. My
And
harness is.
and you're dangling like
I'm
this.
dangling like that backwards. You know, like I could see it on top. And then
Your
I tried
back
my
must have been
best.
fried, bro.
I tried my best to stay upright for 5 minutes. I couldn't do it, bro. I was zapped. I was completely gone. And then a German guy comes and he goes, "Crump on it nice, crump on it nice." So they both tried to pull me up, and they did. They got me right to the top, but my backpack was hitting the lip of this crevasse. This crevasse is like 3 foot at the top, but then it opens up like a massive, massive crevasse. And then that crevasse had other little crevasses at the bottom of it. So it was quite, major. And they pulled me up, and my backpack was above my head in the back, and it kept on hitting it on the lip. And I couldn't get out, and I couldn't twist myself because I'm in backwards.
Yeah.
And then I was telling them that, and then they realized, and then one guy comes forward to try and, help me out and twist me around. And the other guys lets me go because I'm like 75 kgs of dead weight, man. And every time they tried that twice and it didn't happen. I'm like, guys, you're not heavy enough. You have to wait for some other people to come and help me. And all the bad thoughts, all the negative thoughts went through my head. And I was.
So it was serious at that point, bro.
Serious, bro. I wasn't scared about I wasn't scared because I knew that the line was on there and I was safe and I was clanging on. But my worry was, what if my harness comes off? What if the freaking knot on the other end on the ice screw comes off, or my harness comes off? I was more worried about my harness, bro. I kept on checking my harness, and
your nerves must have been fried, bro.
My nerves were fried. I was completely gone, and then I just let go, bro. I think I might have passed out, and I was so thirsty. When the safety line was rubbing against the bank, the snowflakes that would come down, I opened my mouth and tried to have them. At one point, I maybe even tried to lick the side of the crevasse, man. I was that thirsty.
Wow. But the way you smoothed over like it was nothing.
Yeah, this whole story wouldn't have got it if I didn't like.
Nah, but I
That's
was gonna
crazy.
miss that. I was gonna miss that bit out.
But that's amazing, bro. That's crazy. So, long story short, you got out eventually.
Yeah, they pulled me out.
Did they have to break the ice at the top?
No. A group of people come. They realized that when they tried to pull me out, the backpack hits it. So they gave me a separate line and put my Jumar on there, and they just pulled me out.
Oh, alhamdulillah, man.
Alhamdulillah. And then my guy just taps me on the back and goes, "Chalo." I'm like, "What?"
Let's
like,
go.
"What? Are you serious? I just got out of a crevasse after half an hour, 40 minutes, and you want me to go?" He goes, "Kabi mountain me hota ke. Let's go. It's not safe here. Let's go." And I'm like, "All right, okay, let's go." And I just went
On to the next challenge, bro.
on to the next challenge, and there was more crevasses, more ladders, and all that to cross. But I had to get my head straight to get down.
Because
And he was like, if it was me, I'd be out in 5 minutes. I go, "Bruv, there's a difference
Yo,
between me and you, man. You're born here. I'm not. Your blood is different." So I got down at crampon point. The metal spikes.
yeah,
There's a point where on the way up you put them on, and on the way down you take them off.
yeah.
And it's called crampon point.
Right, I got you.
I had my guys radioed and said, "You know what, bring the coke to him." So once I arrived at crampon point, these guys were already there with a half a bottle of coke. I said to him, "Go to my tent. There's a half a bottle. They bring that out up to me." So they went there. They got half the bottle of coke, and I just went there and I just yanked it, bro.
Like proper, just downed it.
Downed it, man.
Bro, please tell me there's an Instagram picture of you drinking coke, bro. Like, bro.
Like, he ain't got time. He was thinking about taking a picture.
I wasn't thinking about taking any pictures, bro.
Bro, that must have been satisfying, bro.
Did it still have the fizz? Because when you said half a bottle of Coke, I got a bit like nervous.
It had the fizz.
It had the fizz, bro.
If it was a small bottle, then it would get flat. It wasn't like it was a new bottle, but it had enough.
Yeah, it had enough to give
we
you
were
that.
talking 2.2 liters or 2.25 liter bottles, so half a bottle would have been quite a lot for it to retain the fizz.
It's got the fizz.
The science behind it is
Alhamdulillah, I can see you thought about it, bro. You thought about it.
So yeah, I got it.
So you downed it in one, like.
Yeah, man.
But imagine that burp on that Everest, bro.
Yeah. An avalanche.
They heard him in what's the border of where does it run? Pakistan or something?
China.
The Chinese were like, what the hell was that, bro? Some dragons coming. So dragons are loose, bro.
But man, that was the best Coke I ever had.
Mashallah.
And I got a cold because it's so cold.
Yeah.
My neck sort of my throat felt weird straight away.
Did you ever do that trick where they put the snow inside the flask and make it into water? Are you allowed to drink the water off the like?
Nah, you need to boil it.
So you would get diarrhea straight, innit?
You'd have issues.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you'd really actually have issues because I've not tried it. But I don't know if how.
Because I saw it on that film Everest with the like thing in it. But it's a film.
Worst comes to worst, you'd have to do it. But the guy said in base camp when we get the water, we boil it for at least 10 minutes after it's reached boiling point.
Right.
Because it needs to be whatever.
Because I know I heard like some scientists go that there's when the ice caps melt. There's like viruses in there that have been dormant for years, isn't it?
Oh, that's
and
nice.
because of global warming, apparently, it gets. So I'm thinking,
That's not true.
Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe it's the same thing with Everest, and you got some. Nah. And another thing as well. Last question I'm going to ask you before we talk about you summiting, and wrapping up because I know you got to go. Did you see any dead bodies on the way, bro?
Yeah.
You did,
What?
yeah?
Hey, bro, don't be normal, bro. Like,
Are you serious?
Do you want to see a picture?
Have you seen Stand
you
By
got a
Me?
picture, bro?
You got a picture, bro?
I got a pic. I didn't take any pictures.
But there is a picture.
I screenshotted one of somebody else that put it on Instagram.
Wow.
You might be able to pull it up.
And how old is it? How old?
2 years old. What? I mean, there was loads of bodies there. My guide said
Did they just leave him there, bro?
They have to leave him there. It's too dangerous to bring him down. My guide said there's a lot more bodies, but I didn't show you them because you'd get scared. So if you can imagine, like, if you go to my Instagram, bro, there's a picture of the ridge.
I don't know if they might ban us, but anyway, just pull it up.
bro, that's
We might have to
crazy,
pixelate
bro.
it, Zach, yeah?
No. The right one there.
This one here?
No, down, right. Yeah, that one. If you can see that, that ridge
right.
there.
Yeah.
I took that picture, and there's a line of people. There's no queue there because everyone's flowing. It's quite free flowing.
Yeah.
But if you can imagine, I'm walking along, and on them 45-degree angles, we dig our crampons in, we sit down on our boots so we don't slip away, and we clip ourselves in, or we'll just find a flat place and then
Chill.
Stretch our legs out a little bit. I'm walking along, it's a cute line of people in front of me, and I can see some legs sticking out.
Shut up, bro.
Bruv, it's not. That's not the story yet, bro. I'm like thinking, what the hell is that guy doing? I can't see his body because people in front of me, all I can see is the leg. I'm like thinking, what the hell is that guy doing? Why is he sitting on the route, man? Why is he sitting on the road and blocking people's path? And I just didn't think anything more of it. As I'm walking further and further, closer and closer to it, I can see there's no movement, and my heart started like going. I'm like thinking, oh God, could it be? At that point, I'm still not sure. And then when I got a little bit closer, I could see that he had some red Mie boots on, and the color had discolored on it.
Why he's been there that long?
Deteriorated, yeah.
Did you see his face?
No. He had a mask on, and he had the goggles on, and he had the face mask for the oxygen mask. But anyway, that's when I realized. And, like at that moment in time, I did care. I didn't want to think about it because it's a reminder of that
what could
happen to me, or it could happen to my guide or anyone. So I didn't think about it much, and I just carried on. And then on the way down, an Indian lady got stuck there. We had to stand in front of the body because we single file, by the way. We had to stand in front of the body for 40 minutes. While she's trying.
What, the same body?
Yeah. At least half an hour. Sorry. Half an hour or 25 minutes while she's trying to go past, and she couldn't do it. She kept on slipping, and people were like going past and almost clipping his head with their crampons, man.
Bro, you got to show me this after, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean...
So there's I heard there's bodies from the 30s, bro.
There's bodies from all over time, man. I mean,
And they're almost perfectly preserved because of the ice.
yes. See, that body's been there for 2 years, and
But have you seen any like really old ones?
I didn't see any.
Okay.
That's the only body I saw.
Right.
But my guy didn't show me the other bodies, and he goes, that place where you struggled, if you just looked that way, you would have seen another body. I'm like, oh.
What, in the crab?
That's nuts to me, man. That they just left them there, bro.
They have to. It's not safe to bring them down.
I wonder what the ruling is about that, bro. Islamically, like janazah and all that. I wonder what the ruling is. It'd be interesting to find out, innit?
I don't know, man. And there's no need to find out, inshallah.
Inshallah, yeah. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna go to do all the mountains.
Oh, not for you, obviously. Inshallah.
Yeah, inshallah. Just keep me in your du'as and
may Allah
prayers.
protect you, inshallah.
Yeah.
May Allah kind of.
But like when I went to Camp 4,
So that's the peak.
That's in the Camp 4
It's
is
just
8,000
before.
meters in the death zone, basically, and they call it the death zone because from that point onwards, there's not enough air in the oxygen to sustain human life.
So without the
thing, you couldn't do it.
you can't do it.
You could do it, but you'd risk it. You're on a time scale because you're killing yourself. But anyway, I saw like lots of litter there, and I thought, oh my
Litter?
God. Yeah, litter. I'm like thinking, you guys are promoting, clean eco mountains, but there's so much litter here. And then when I went down after I asked the questions, because I didn't ask the questions, even when I went to Camp 2, I knew I had to go back through the icefall. I didn't ask questions about any bodies or anything.
Yeah.
So when I went to base camp, the safety of base camp, I asked him, and it goes, that body's been there for 2 years. I asked all the questions, and then he told me, that rubbish you were complaining about, the tents that were ripped in Camp 4, those were dead bodies wrapped up in tents.
So that wasn't litter.
It wasn't litter, no. there is still
Obviously litter from the tents for what was
from
inside
the tents, but some of them were wrapped up in that body, and they said, "Oh,
well, how? Like there was a storm and it pushed them into the death zone or something." Or
no. Some people,
oh, they kept their equipment.
No, when somebody passes away, somebody could pass away for whatever reason.
Yeah.
On the mountain, and they just wrap them up in the tent, and it's
That's mad, bro.
SubhanAllah, that's nuts, bro.
yeah, man.
That's wild, bro.
It is, man. I mean,
That's
that
wild.
body near the Hillary Step, nobody could move that. I mean, it's hanging from the same line that we go on.
It's still hanging.
Yeah, bro. You
Yeah.
said 2 years, bro.
Hanging though.
No, yeah, he's
It's clipped in, so it's
he's
hanging.
probably clipped himself in, innit? And
He's
had a
clipped
heart
himself
attack
in
or
and did
something,
whatever
bro.
he,
Yeah.
let the elements take him. But
Oh, you reckon that he killed himself?
I don't think he
We
killed
don't know.
himself. Something happened.
Yeah,
Something must have happened.
like oxygen.
But
or
it looked like he clipped himself in and he sat
he
down.
just sat down and thought, "I'm gonna die, bro."
That's mad, bro.
See if you can spot it. It's not that obvious, but
Oh, is it this?
yeah.
Oh my god.
See, when I went, I was one of the first ones to summit.
Nah, bro, I'm pointing. We're gonna get banned from YouTube, bro.
No, I don't think you should, but
No, for the respect of the guy as well, man.
but whoever's done it has put it on Instagram. That's what I've taken a snapshot out of.
Yeah, look.
I'll see it after. I'll see it
Yeah,
after.
sure, after. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, man. And that's it. When I went to the summit,
What was the summit like, bro? Is it just like any other summit, or is it like was there
just like
something?
any other summit.
Yeah, it's just mountains and snow,
Mountain,
isn't it?
isn't it, at the end of the day. And
What kind of feeling did you have when you got to the top, bro?
I was just relieved that I was there. I made a prayer to Allah straight away. I made a dua and I said, Allah, thank you for bringing me to the top safely. A lot of people ask for a lot of duas. Please accept their duas. And please take me back down safely to my family.
Alhamdulillah, yeah.
And that's
And
it.
do you know how many Muslims have climbed that?
I don't know how many. There's a lot of
Was that-
Arabs.
Oh, Arabs.
There's a
and-
lot of Arabs that
yeah.
climb it. But in terms of numbers, I'm not sure.
Okay, but you're the first British Muslim.
I'm the first British one, yeah, alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah, man.
And I was about to cry. I don't know if you've read that in the papers, but my guide said to me, "Oh, listen, you've got time for this. Let's go."
There's no time to cry, bro.
No time to cry, man. Let's go. We need to take some pictures and get off. So we spent about 20-25 minutes on the top.
Is it flat at the top?
No. It's
What? It's like a point.
It's like a point, but it's
Well, have you got a picture in your Insta?
there. You can zoom in. Can you zoom in on that?
Nah, it's a bit difficult to zoom in.
But I can zoom in on here.
Everest. We can just get a stock photo in it. See.
Yeah, that's how it looks.
Yeah, those pictures are not good. I'm going to zoom in and you can see it on this one.
There we go.
Is that the peak there?
Yeah. Go on. That's the summit there. Yeah. That's the same picture as mine. That's the summit there. Oh.
So bro, so
That
when you're
looks
coming
bad.
down, do you have to go past these same people?
Yeah.
So you come back on yourself, or do you go down a different?
No, we come back on ourselves.
So you're passing all this queue then?
All this queue. If there is a queue, this is a particular year. I think Nimsdai took that picture when it was a really horrible year.
So that
And the summit window was only 2 days, and everyone went for the summit on the same day. That's what it was.
So that's not good weather. You're saying?
Yeah, I mean that's good weather, but that year,
down. Oh,
that
okay.
year, we have like 2 to 4 weeks of good weather when we can summit, but that year apparently there was only 2 days of weather that was summit.
So everyone had to get in there.
Everyone, 600 climbers, 300 foreign climbers and 300 Sherpas, because every foreign climber has a Sherpa with them.
Right.
So 600 climbers on the mountain all went for it on the same day.
Bro, that Sherpa is risking his life.
That
every
those
time,
Sherpas
bro.
are G's,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Did you have a Sherpa?
I had a Sherpa.
Like-
I became brothers with the Sherpa, you know.
What they like, man?
I mean, all Nepali people are nice, but my Sherpas were like brothers to me, man.
Right.
When I fell into the crevasse, I came down 2 days before Eid. I got depressed because I thought the adrenaline and the excitement of being at Everest would carry me through, and I would have missed my family.
Yeah.
But bruv, man, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I missed my family.
So Eid you spent
much.
in base camp basically.
Yeah, I came back to base camp after the incident, and literally when I arrived, 2 more days until Eid, and the adrenaline, the excitement did not get me through. I missed my family and friends like.
Did you get to speak to them on the phone?
Wi-Fi was down when I came down. And Wi-Fi is on a generator. It's a limited amount of time that you can use it, and then when the Wi-Fi antenna falls, it's up top. Nobody can be bothered going and picking it up. It's far, man. It's far, isn't it?
That's long, bro.
It's far, but yeah. So eventually, like I was depressed. They gave me moral support. They gave me a hug and said, "Bruv, you know, we're your brothers." Like I befriend. They were like my family.
Especially when you go through something like that with someone, isn't it? It's like
Yes.
I don't know. It's something. There's a unique experience that you've experienced with them.
Well,
Yeah.
the guy's called Purba, man. Me and Purba.
Purba.
Yeah, Purba Sherpa. We've got such.
Is he on Insta, bro? Probably.
Yeah, probably on.
Probably
Insta.
on. Purba, like,
It's not on Insta. It's on Facebook.
bro, who the hell uses Facebook, man? Hey, Purba, get on Instagram, bro. But shout out to Purba,
Shout
get
out
on
to
Instagram.
Purba. Lakpa was actually my actual guide, but Purba was the one that was left with me because Lakpa had other things to do.
Right.
And Purba was going that way, so he came. So we became like brothers, man. And you know, he gave me a hug and I said, "Brother, I'm with you, man. Don't worry about it. We're gonna get you to both of them. We're gonna get you to the top. We're gonna get you down. You'll go back to your family. Don't worry about it. We're your family as well, you know." And they brought food to my tent, and then eventually I spoke to my family on Christmas Day. On Eid Day, on Eid Day, and completely they encouraged me. They said everything's okay. They told me you're okay. You can do this. You know, get
So
out.
you got
there.
energy.
Fuck, I was a different person. I was a different person. Wallahi, I was a different person, man. I just, my demeanor changed. I made a video before that. If you see it, I'm like about to, you know, go into tears in that video. And then 2 days later, I make another one, and I look like I'm a changed guy, and I look so different. And it's so amazing mentally, like what it can do to you when you speak to it. I've just, you know what? I just thought that it's a chance of a lifetime. I'm not gonna miss him after I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
But.
The heart wants what the heart wants, innit, bro? It's your family, bro.
That's it, man.
We say in Algerian, that's your liver, bro. You know, your kids are like your liver, innit?
Exactly,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? And your wife and everyone.
For me, you know, speaking to them, it got me back on track, and you know, I just reset my mind, man. And you know, I love my family, I love my friends, and you know, they just encourage me, man. Alhamdulillah.
You need that, bro. Especially the bits where you said mentally, you got to push yourself. You got to reach in and find something.
I've said this on Channel Less. I've said this everywhere I've been. It's mentally 60 and physically 40. You have to be like in top shape physically anyway, but even then, if you're the fittest guy in the world, it's still, for you, it's going to be 40 physically and 60 mentally.
And you're going to go through something.
Definitely.
Guaranteed, bro.
Definitely, bro.
It's never going to be smooth sailing from when you get on. Like you said, every mountain you've climbed, there's been some, except for Kilimanjaro, which you said was like quite cool, quite easy.
I mean, I got to Kilimanjaro in the height of the pandemic easily.
Yeah.
I come back easily, so it's all right.
So you were challenged. So let's end on this.
Yes, bruv. Yes.
When you got back to London, when you got back to Oldham, what was the kind of like first meal that you called your missus, or you went to take it? What was like?
Well, the first, as soon as
Apart from obviously Coca-Cola, bruv. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had Coca-Cola all over
through, but
I intentionally leave a big layover in at least a couple of hours in Abu Dhabi so I can have the burger there.
What's the what shop? Is it Al Bake or
triple burger in Burger King?
Oh, right.
In Qatar, Abu Dhabi. I mean, not Abu Dhabi, in Qatar.
In Qatar,
in
yeah?
Doha, sorry, Doha.
Okay. Because we don't get Burger King around here. That's halal, isn't it?
Halal.
So the Whopper, whatever it's called, the triple Whopper.
The triple one, bro. I used to smash it, bro. I don't. You know what? I don't. I mean, I do watch what I eat.
Yeah.
But I'll have a couple.
But after climbing 35 mountains, you're gonna want a Whopper, bro. What a kind of cook.
I eat whatever I want on a couple of days, and I try to watch what I eat because I'm training, and there's no point me dieting and training at the same time because you're not going to gain anything, are you?
Yeah, 100%.
So
what's next for the future, bro?
Inshallah, something big, something huge. I'm
Well,
planning
huger
right
than
now.
Everest, bro.
Yeah.
He's gonna climb space next year.
bruv, like that.
There's other challenges, of course.
Challenges.
Yeah.
There's Ahmad Ablam, which is unfinished business.
Oh yeah. So keep an eye out for Ahmad Ablam, bro. Ahmad Ablam.
What's coming for you, bro?
Ahmad Ablam, and then there's 14 mountains around the world that are 8,000 and above, and that 14 peaks move that's what it's about. And
so you want to do that?
I want to do that, yeah.
Serious?
Inshallah, yeah.
Hey, bro, you've got to document it, man.
I've got a document. Channel's paid for all the document.
Wicked. So there's going to be something coming out.
Documentary coming
No
out,
way.
Yeah, man.
Sick, bro. So the guy came. There's a cameraman came the whole way through.
Came to base camp with me, and then after that, on the real climb, it was just me, my GoPro, and my phone.
Okay, so they're putting it together as
putting it together as we speak. I just need to come down and shoot the filler slots, like the
talking heads bit.
But is it in Bengali though, or is it in English?
It's in English, man. I've not seen any of the. Oh, you might have seen it because all the programs that I do, mainly in English.
What's your Bengali like, bro?
My Bengali is very good. I'm from Sylhet, so
you keep it on 100, bruv.
I keep it 100. That's it.
I like that, man.
That's it.
Hey, man, what's your Bengali like, bro? I want to know is,
Bruv, listen, let me tell you something, man.
Bruv.
Let me tell you something.
Go on.
I might not look it, but I'm a typical Bengali. I took a bag full of sapari with me. Kid you not, bro.
Did you spit pan on the way?
Yeah, of course.
Standard, chewing it on. There's some pan there from like.
I just have. Honestly speaking, though, I enjoy sapari after a meal.
Oh yeah.
And I just have. I've gotten into.
Do you have it in the packets?
No. I've gotten into this habit of having it without the pan. It's just the sapari. The nut.
The
betel nut itself. I just have that, and that's it. And it's
betel
not good.
It's tough, bro, man.
Yeah, but my sister cut them into nice thin.
Yeah.
So there's bare residue all over Everest then.
Yeah, man.
He's good. That's how he found his way back, bro.
You have to leave some crumbs, don't you?
You got to leave some
crumbs, man. Otherwise, you're gonna get lost.
That's one way. It's probably you can see that from space, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That is some harsh colouring, man.
Yeah. Mashallah. Akke, Jazakallah khairan, bro. I appreciate you coming. You literally were supposed to be here for 20 minutes.
I told you, man. Stop me. I waffle, bro. I waffle.
No. I want you. We was look. That's beautiful, bro. By the way, we're not gonna cut nothing, bro. It's just gonna be like boom. We're gonna put it straight on online. So
all right,
perfect. Okay. I was worried. I was like, oh my god, I'm not keeping him. I thought, let him talk. He wants to. I want to hear more. But
I think I might have spoken too much.
You haven't, Akke.
No,
our podcasts are minimum 1.5 hours. So when you said to me 20 minutes, I lost all the blood in my face. I was like, oh my god, he's only here for 20 minutes. That's why I said to Imran, I go, we might have to just make it a special episode and just release 20 minutes in it. But alhamdulillah, I appreciate you stayed.
No, bro, I want to thank you for having me, bro. I really appreciate you guys reaching out. And
we're your biggest supporters. And by the way, it's an exclusive. This is the first podcast he's been on.
Oh yeah, it is definitely an exclusive. It's the first one,
so it's only because we asked him first, but it's fine. He came down from Oldham. We tried to kind of, honestly, I really appreciate it, man.
Do you know what it is, bro? I've been trying to come every time, but something or another always comes up.
Yeah,
and it's hard, and it's so far, and when I make the journey,
the fact that you're here for us is everything, man. So we'll really
I appreciate that, and I appreciate.
It's a shame that we can't take you out to eat or anything, bro. But inshallah, if you're ever in London, shout us, bro.
I'll give you a shout. I've got sorry, Mohammed's number.
It's Imran.
Imran. Oh, you're Mohammed. Yeah. So I've got Imran's number. I'll give you a shout, but it's not a problem, you know.
Yeah, we'll keep in touch on Instagram, inshallah, and we'll repost everything that you do, inshallah. We'll support everything that you do, inshallah. And next time you climb, we'll be right there in. So if you have to, just from
September 2022.
Yeah,
we'll give you a GWL flag, bro.
Yeah. Maybe some sponsorship. Who knows, bro? September 2022. Watch your space. Are you allowed to give out which mountain?
No, I've not even.
Okay,
I hope to go out September, October 2022. So
inshallah,
I'm trying to make arrangements. We'll see. I mean, it might not happen. It might happen, but with these things,
yeah. Especially now with the whole that area as well in Moscow. And
exactly. No, I'm not going. I'm going to Nepal.
Oh, Nepal again. Okay.
Ahmedablam and Manaslu maybe, and a few other. There's a few that I can pick from.
Inshallah.
So in the autumn they climb a few, but yeah.
But all the best, Akke.
Thank you, Baya. I really appreciate for having me, man. I'm grateful, and I'm happy that you know about my stuff, and
bro, we're freaking your biggest fans, bro. Because I watched the 14 peak. It's kind of happened perfect, bro. I love mountain climbing. I watched solo, watched all that stuff. I've got a little one who's a monkey, bro. He loves climbing. He loves. We went to Snowdon a few times, and it's something that like. Come to think of it, I don't think I'm going to climb Everest because I don't want to. But I'll live through you, bro.
No, not because you can't, because you don't want to.
Yeah, it's different. Now you've like, I'm thinking about it, it's cold. Man got his toes frozen off. I'm like,
yeah, but that's
but you love it though. You love it, innit?
Yeah, I do.
You did because you love it, bro. So I'm gonna live through you, bro. Vicariously through you, bro.
Jazakallah, bro. I
and
appreciate
you're doing it for
that,
everyone.
Man.
Everyone's behind you as well.
I hope you go climbing.
I want to
somewhere.
I will.
You don't have to climb Everest.
I'm gonna do Snowdon. I'm taking my son.
This Sunday I'm taking a group of people from. I mean, obviously it's a bit short notice for you, but I'm taking the older mare to Snowdon. She wants to climb, and probably going to be about 50 people in total.
Yeah, that's going to be too short notice.
I'm going to climb my bed, bro.
Yeah, lazy gits. All right. On that note, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. We really enjoyed the stories, and like, I can't wait to watch this. I'm gonna watch this back as well, bro. 100%.
No, you
so, I promise you, I do, and I will
spend whatever we spend.
Yeah, we do, bro. When I'm working,
bro, it was that
honestly, because obviously when you watch it back, you pick up other things as well. So, and then we're gonna put some clips up on YouTube as well on top of that. So, on that note, I'll see you guys on the next one.